My name is Stephen King. I've written several motion pictures, but I want to tell you about a
podcast called The Five Dudes with Views.
A lot of people had
Podcast.
and I finally decided if you want something done right,
You listen to The Five Dudes with Views.
it was my first
Time on The Five Dudes with Views podcast.
And you know something? I sort of enjoyed it. I just wanted someone to do Stephen King right. So come and spend some time with me and my friends at the
Five Dudes with Views podcast.
Spend some time in the dark. We're going to scare the hell out of you, and that's a promise.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Halloween edition of the Five Dudes with Views podcast. Tonight we're going to be talking about our favorite Stephen King adaptations. But first, here's our spooky theme song.
Five Dudes with Views. Five Dudes with Views. Five Dudes with Views. Five Dudes with Views.
All right, everybody, this is our Halloween episode. We're going to be talking about our favorite Stephen King adaptations. I think that some of us had rules on what is allowed and not allowed, correct? This is mostly a scary one. We didn't want to put in some dramatic ones. Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, I think that, since it's Halloween, we're going to omit the more dramatic, non-horror.
Yeah, like
sci-fi.
I was keeping only horror or thriller, like movies or TV series on here.
Yeah.
Me personally, I kept the non-horror stuff only honorable mention.
That's
I did the
I
same.
did too.
So will there be a future Stephen King non-horror related movie podcast?
All right. No, I don't think there's
Is
enough
there
of those,
five
right?
movies that would be on there?
Well,
I don't think there's enough.
And then our all of our honorables will be horror movies.
Yeah.
We'll reverse
It'll
it.
be like
reverse
reverse.
the roll
That's
on that.
funny.
It'll be a long list.
Just to jump in before we start, you can email us at 5dudesviews@yahoo.com. We are on every social media page ever in existence. You can probably graffiti us on the wall, and we would be able to be tagged on that. And you should email us with questions or suggestions, or you want to give us your bank code, that'd be fine. We could use some marketing money. Anything. Give us some suggestions on topics you'd like to hear. Anyway, guys, dudes, it's Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's the spooky time of year.
Best time of the year.
You can probably catch a lot of these movies that we're talking about on any cable channel at any given time during this month. So,
AMC.
Stephen King, what do you guys? What's your thoughts about Mr. King?
His last name says it all, right? He's the king of horror.
king.
He's
The king.
He's the modern master of horror. I think.
Not a fan.
Ted says no.
Just kidding.
Is Stephen King the Woody Allen of horror?
I don't know how to take that.
I don't either. That sounds kind of
because
He appears in his
Woody,
own movies.
Woody Allen has a lot of content. Like, he made a movie every year.
Yeah.
I feel like Stephen King is kind of like that too. He writes a book probably one or two every year, and then
every
there's
2 weeks.
another. There's some sort of adaptation of his movies.
It's true.
Or
Yeah.
TV show.
That dude
you know.
writes a lot.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
didn't
amazing.
know until doing research for this? I think his like current book series, which I think is Dark Tower,
Okay.
Oh.
or maybe it's off now, but it was on like in the last 5 years. He played himself as a character in the show or
I
something.
don't know.
It was like weird. I didn't like. I was reading like about his like recent stuff, and I was like, I didn't even know that.
He played himself, huh?
I think he plays himself in one of his like TV shows that is an adaptation of one of his books. I think it's the Dark,
Is it Castle Rock?
maybe, or Dark Tower. I
Oh,
don't,
maybe. Yeah, it could be.
because they made that into a show.
Well, the podcast.
Well, he's
is
made
starting out well.
appearances in things other
Yeah.
than what you're talking about.
Yeah, he likes to make cameos in his.
He does.
in his movies,
Yeah.
and he's in some stuff that he didn't even write. I don't think, right?
I think he was in The Big Lebowski.
Well, no. I mean, like Creepshow, he didn't actually write a novel. Like,
Right.
he just wrote the script. But
Yeah.
he's in those. Like, I think he's in 2, isn't he? He's the truck driver, I think, right?
He's in the.
When the guy
I
gets hit,
don't know about that.
He turns into a weed.
Oh yeah,
He
I
turns
think he's
into
a truck driver.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get help" or something.
Yeah,
like that.
and then I think Tom Savini's the creep, like in the
Yeah,
the
he's the
garbage
newspaper,
man.
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
newspaper
Delivery
guy.
guy.
Yeah, on the
I
garbage.
remember now.
You look like, hey, Billy, you look
like he's like pointing to him.
you look like you're waiting for the first copy.
Isn't he in the first one too? He's like the guy that's like meteor
Garbage guy.
shit.
Yeah,
he like turns
meteor
off.
shit, yeah,
Oh,
green,
Stephen King,
yeah,
yeah.
the moss.
He's funny.
the
in
moss
that.
dude. He's great.
I mean, if you go to IMDb, like there's stuff on there I've never heard of.
Me
I'm like,
too.
what is this?
yeah, that guy. Like
I mean,
said,
it's a laundry list of things.
A lot.
And so many things I've never seen. When did I start reading like adult books like that? Probably like 7th grade or so. Like I feel like I went through a Stephen King like splurge where I would go get like Cycle of the Werewolf, Misery. He wrote a book called the Bachman Books where he wrote like 3 different short stories in a book. And like if you had a Stephen King book in your hand, people thought you were weird.
yeah,
You're the outsider, and I would look at those people and go like, "Hey, we can be friends."
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was like around that time. Yeah, I was reading Stephen King. I was reading Clive Barker. Same thing. Like
Yeah.
Candyman was in that thing, where it's like a few stories like in a collection. But I just want to say, like for this podcast, like I wouldn't. Let's say you love the book. You might not like the movie. We're strictly going off of the films, or TV,
Correct.
TV movies. We're not going off of his original literary work. It's just the final adaptation or the final product of the film.
Yeah.
Because I don't read. I ain't got time to read.
Ain't nobody got time to read.
I think I've only read 2 of his novels.
I think I've read
Hmm.
5 or 6.
And all of them, I saw the movie or TV series way before
Okay.
I read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, this could completely divide people who read the books because the
could.
Shining is completely different than the Kubrick film.
It is.
and
I
he
read The
doesn't
Shining.
like the
Yeah, and it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
It's,
way
I mean,
different.
But I like
the
that
movie
it's different.
better.
Yeah,
to be honest,
yeah.
I read the book and I saw the movie, but it's these fucking
different.
diehard fucking fans that are, the book's the best. It's no, dude.
But
It's
It's different. They can both live on their
It's
own.
very
Yeah, and I
hard to
always say-
compare the two.
Some of the
Sometimes-
stuff that you could that's in the book you can't bring
Doesn't
that
translate
into,
to film.
Absolutely.
yeah,
You
especially in
can't
that
do it.
time. There was no CG.
Well, yeah.
There wasn't shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, in The Shining,
True.
like the moving plants that
Yeah.
look like animal. It was
Exactly.
a lot
The
more
hotel like catches fire at the end, like blows up.
Yeah.
The budget, the movie probably didn't have the budget to
They
do
didn't
something like that.
at all.
different. No, you'd have to light a miniature set on fire.
That's what
Yeah.
they used to do back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to read The Stand, but it's like 1,000 pages long.
It's
So
fucking big.
I decided
don't
to
have
go to the
time.
mall.
It's huge. Yeah.
It's like Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings.
Audiobooks. Simple audiobook.
Yeah.
Cliff's
All right, well,
Notes.
let's get into this thing. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 5 for me probably could have been higher on the list, but there were so many other good ones. It's Misery.
Oh, shit.
Wow, that's low.
Little though.
Little low for sure.
I read the book. This is one of the things where I read the book, and I liked the movie. The movie was fine. There was a couple of
the
death
movie
scenes
was
in the book.
fine. It's your number
Yeah, it was
5, and
fine.
it's just fine.
But the
Yeah.
book was such
my
a
God.
great
Slow simmer.
The book was such a great read, and there was one death scene in particular that did not make it into the movie.
The sheriff?
That would have been great to see. But
Is it the sheriff and the lawnmower?
Yes.
What happened? So what happened?
Yeah.
Does I look? I don't even know if I've ever read the book, but I think she dug a hole and put him in it and lawnmowers his head over.
Oh,
Is that
shit.
am I
Oh my
wrong?
God.
Is that
There's
right?
a lawnmower death
think you're
scene
right.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I could be
never
wrong.
read
I could be
that
wrong.
one.
Spoiler.
But guess
But,
what?
you know,
I saw the
great movie.
movie. What'd you say? Good date movie?
No. So, yes, it is actually a good date movie. No, it's a great movie.
It is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wonder if it's the last really good Jimmy Caan movie.
Man, he's so good in that movie.
Ooh, that's a good. Is it?
Yeah,
I think
I
it
don't
might
remember him
be,
doing
yeah.
much after that. Little bit parts and stuff.
He
But that's
started doing TV mostly,
as far as
right?
a lead, that's probably his last best movie.
I think you're right.
Kathy Bates
Yeah.
was awesome in that too. She played
Great.
a really good psycho stalker fan.
Yeah.
Did you
my
win the
God.
Academy Award for that?
I think she got
She
nominated.
Nominated.
did, I believe. I think
she
she
win?
won.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
What's your favorite
I
scene in
think
that
so.
movie, Billy?
It's not the sledgehammer scene. I know that's
Oof.
probably what people think.
Oof.
I mean,
That was pretty gnarly.
I don't know. Is there? Do I have a favorite scene? I don't know. It's it's one of those
I thought
movies
you were
where
gonna say
like
the Hobble
I
scene.
enjoy the movie, but there's not like a scene I can go to because I feel like it's all just James Caan in bed.
but man, he's so good, and he builds with her coming back.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably for me one of the best scenes is when
Yeah.
she goes to town because
Yes.
he needs more paper,
And
he's gonna escape, and he
finds the
hears her
key.
coming back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the terror in his face.
oh
when he,
man,
dude,
it's just
awesome.
such good cat and mouse between the two
Yeah.
of them.
Yep.
They're both great in the movie.
So do you want to hear the original choices for Paul Sheldon?
Yes.
Sure.
For James Caan? Kevin Kline, Michael Douglas, Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Richard Dreyfuss, Gene Hackman, Robert Redford all said no to the role of Paul Sheldon.
Wow.
William Hurt said no twice.
Oh wow!
Wow.
I feel like all
They
those
would
guys
have been
might
all
able to
great.
Play that role.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
it might have been.
Kevin Kline would have been kind of weird.
Yeah.
No Gilbert Godfrey?
Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been really
Oh
weird.
my
in
God.
that role.
He would have needed a bigger sledgehammer for his ankles.
Some of those guys I think would have played just as good. Like would have done it just as
I
well.
think
Yeah,
so.
I think so.
Like Michael Douglas, I feel like could have done it. pretty
Pacino,
good.
that's interesting.
It's so crazy. That's a lot of people.
Yeah,
is.
they went
Holy
through a lot of
shit.
people.
Now, what about
Fuck.
Kathy Bates' character? Was anyone else originally like?
I'm thinking she was
I don't
my
know.
first choice. She was great, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
see anybody else in that character. She did a great job.
Roseanne turned it down.
Is that
Are you
legit?
serious?
Are you serious? Or
That'd have been pretty good.
I have no clue.
Roseanne.
you should have went with it. I would have believed you.
But I mean, when you think about Kathy Bates, I mean, like
She's so
just
great
in that
in that
role,
movie.
she
excellent.
was that person.
Yeah.
You know?
That what was she even in before?
I was
that?
going to say that put her on the map.
that made her
for
famous.
Sure. Yeah.
that movie.
And she's been in a lot
I think
of great
she was
stuff
a
afterward,
prison
too.
guard, wasn't she?
Oh, I don't know.
Was she really?
What?
Is that a joke?
I don't know.
You know what's
I don't
funny?
know.
She might-
Her and
It's a
James
joke.
Caan
She should be.
had a cameo in a movie that came out like about 5 months before Misery called Dick Tracy. They're both in
Ah.
that.
Are you serious?
Are they really?
Wow, I didn't
They're
know
both
that.
in
Wow.
that.
Look at this guy.
It's an
I gotta watch
interesting
that.
movie,
I
which
wanna
I'm
watch
sure Stephen King dealt with is the role of celebrity and stalkers and fans. And I'm your biggest fan. I mean,
sure.
it's basically his story of him going to this
Yeah,
remote
very personal.
cabin and writing and having a certain.
I'm assuming he had some like stuff happen.
Oh,
where it
probably.
A lot of
inspired
people
him
have
for
that shit
movie.
happen.
Yeah.
You just don't really hear about it, but
Yeah.
a lot of movie stars
He probably
have
got like weird love letters in the mail and all kinds of like weird stuff.
that. Angelina Jolie.
I mean, I guess
fan
that's
mail.
your worst fear, right? You get in an accident and then
Stalker.
one of your stalker fans, like holds you up in a cabin and
Like
makes
that
you write
movie-
the story they want you to write.
Yeah, that
Ooh,
movie's
that's
so
very creepy.
it's so good, but it's so like it makes you uncomfortable. Just
Oh, of course.
you can see it
Definitely.
actually really happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just a book author. It could be anything. A musician, an actor.
Sure.
Yeah.
You could see that actually happening. Like when
it's-
someone's being
It's like,
held
let me take
hostage.
my favorite actor or director and make them make the project that I
So-
want to see
and like hold them
against
hostage.
their will. Yeah.
Jesus
like-
Christ.
I'm your biggest fan.
So creepy.
Also, I
and
mean, it
scary.
probably really sucked for James Caan to just have to be in bed
Yeah,
all the
you're
time.
stuck. You're
I
stuck.
know, what a tough gig.
Yeah,
Bed
you're just
sores.
hiding pills.
And he had
in
to
the
wear those
mattress.
like you'd
And
have to wear a
buttons.
fake cast like all the time. That even if it's a fake cast, that you're gonna get all like sweaty and itchy under there. Like that's uncomfortable.
Down there.
Boo hoo.
He got paid.
Boo hoo.
All right. Well, speaking of boo-hoo, let's go to number 5, Brad. What you got?
Let's see if anyone can guess what this. So the original novel was titled "Cycle of the Werewolf."
Silver
Yeah,
Bullet.
I know this one.
Silver Bullet.
Oh.
I've loved this movie since I was a kid.
I feel you.
good movie.
I know exactly how you feel.
Yeah, it's like that nostalgia. I watched it again last night, and it still held up. Although the creature effects are terrible.
Are they
I
that bad? I don't remember.
Yeah, oh,
now.
yeah.
It's been like 5 years.
I think
since
Stephen
I've seen
King. I read that Stephen King and the producers want a certain look for the They didn't want like your because it was around the time of like American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
London, The Howling. They didn't want a typical werewolf look. It almost looks like a bear. Like if you, I don't know if you remember the transformation sequence, but
It's the preacher guy, right? That's the
Yes, yeah, so-
or the minister or whatever.
it is, which is the same guy who was the bad guy in People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, I just saw him in something like last
yeah.
week, and I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
You don't remember what?
What it was? I saw him in something,
Oh,
and I don't remember if it was a TV show from back then or
Oh,
a movie.
yeah.
He was in something.
young Corey Haim,
Yeah.
paraplegic. He's
Yeah.
in a wheelchair.
Gary Busey?
He's
Gary
got the
Busey's the
coolest
uncle.
Red. He's got the coolest uncle. Drinks too much.
Supercharges his wheelchair.
Supercharges his wheelchair called Silver Bullet. So he gets him the supercharged wheelchair, and then it's like this crazy ass motorcycle wheelchair that he makes him. Sends him off to like shoot fireworks, which he like escapes he like sneaks out at night, shoots the werewolf in the eye, which later you find out it's the preacher.
He's got a patch.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah.
eye
You're like,
patch.
Oh, is that you?
Yeah, there's a cool. I don't know if you guys remember that transformation scene in the
Yeah.
church where he has that dream, and it's like
Yep.
all of the people in the church are changing into
Yep.
werewolf. Dude, one's playing the organ in the choir.
Yeah,
is a
with his
werewolf.
furry hand.
Yeah,
I just saw it like last week.
yeah.
It's great.
But yeah, like just
It's very fun.
It's fun. That's the thing.
It's a fun movie.
And I like too. It almost has like. I rewatched Cujo recently. It almost has this like weird like dream quality to it, like the music and just the way it looks. But I also like that it's narrated by his sister, the character of his sister. So it's like going through scenes, and it's the sister talking about her and her brother and the uncle, and but yeah, there's like to add a little humor at the end. So they kill the werewolf. Like Corey Haim gets thrown out of his wheelchair, and the sister turns to him. You know, they had like kind of a weird, strange relationship. And it's like them making up. She's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "No, I don't think my legs work." It's like, you know, like a break the tension kind of thing. Where
that's funny.
But I'll be okay. You know, it's like a little like laughing moment between Gary Busey and the kids. But like Gary Busey is total Gary Busey fun in this movie. Like he's drinking, he's cutting up with the kids. I love Silver Bullet, and I'm not ashamed to say it. It's just a fun movie. Like I found out.
It's one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a fun look. It's a Stephen King werewolf movie. Why not?
Yeah.
I didn't know that Don Coscarelli, who did Phantasm, was originally on to direct this movie, and then he had like fights with the producers. He didn't like the look of the werewolf either. Yeah, so he
bailed.
Yeah, he bailed.
Oh,
but,
who ended up directing it?
I can't remember this guy. I think it was like his first and last.
Oh, like he never really did anything else?
No, he's done TV.
Okay, but he didn't do feature films, really?
No. Let's see.
And that was his debut?
That was his debut. Dan Attias? I might be butchering his name.
I don't know. I don't think I know that name.
But, like, young Corey Haim was, like, such a cute, like, lovable actor. Mm-hmm. Like, I loved, like, License to Drive and all those movies. He's just, like, you get sucked into those characters that he's portraying.
Lucas. Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah.
He was great.
And this would have... I didn't even think of that. This would have been, like, his first big role, right?
Probably his first
starring
role.
Me
either.
I'm trying to think right now.
The other thing that I love about Stephen King stories is it kind of goes through the eyes of the kids. Like all the grown-ups in the town don't really believe the kids. You know, it's like they see the bigger picture and see what's going on, and the adults are like, there's no way that could be.
It's the kids' imagination.
Exactly, and I feel like with It or Stand by Me or whatever it is, it's kind of like always through the kids' eyes and them actually knowing the truth. And it's true.
It's good point.
Good point. Yeah. So number 5 for me, Silver Bullet.
Good choice.
Watching Silver Bullet, the only thing that kept going through my mind was the world lost the wrong Corey.
Oof.
Oh, shit.
Terrible.
All right, Ted, number 5.
This podcast is going to be all over the place for me. I don't know if I consider myself, anywhere near an expert of Stephen King movies, so no apologies.
Hey, you like what you like.
Yeah. So
totally.
my number 5
is
a movie that came out in 2007 from Dimension Films.
I saw it in the theater, I think.
And it stars Thomas Jane. It's The Mist.
I saw it in the theater by myself.
This one kind of passed me by, and then my brother showed it to me just on like home video. And what a great film. Frank Darabont wrote and directed this. I'm a pretty big Frank Darabont fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, really good movie. Very suspenseful.
Great,
crazy ending.
Twist
ending.
Yeah,
ending.
that ending.
Dude, you could hear a pin drop in the theater.
Yeah.
At the ending of that movie.
Yeah.
Very depressing.
I think it's different than the actually novella. A lot darker ending. It's from what I'm reading. I've never read the novella, but Frank Darabont's really good at like just normal people kind of situations that are kind of put in like this suspenseful turmoil. And I think he did that with Walking Dead as well. Those first 2 seasons, I feel like it's just like
some of those
average,
actors are in that movie too.
Yeah, he likes to reuse actors, and he has his favorites. So,
I think on Blu-ray he released a black and white version of The Mist.
Oh really?
So yeah, you can buy
shit.
both
Nice.
versions.
Are there different like edits, or it's
No,
the
I don't
same
think so.
cut?
I think he kind of saw this as like a 1950s, 60s kind of
because it wasn't there was no like effects in it. Was that?
Yeah, there are. There's like spider.
the
they get trapped in that
creatures.
grocery store or wherever. Yeah, there's it's like some.
I don't think I've seen it all
I
the
think
way
they hit
through.
the
I've only seen
window.
bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, the bugs or the spiders.
And then you see them at the end, kind of.
Big,
clearing.
Dude, that ending is like one of the most shocking, depressing endings.
Right.
Yeah.
Remind me of the ending. It's the like they're in the car or whatever.
Yeah, and so he thinks that I haven't seen it since the theater, but he thinks that these creatures are coming to kill them. So basically, I think he had 1 bullet left in the chamber, and he kills his son, so he doesn't have to be killed by these creatures, and then I think at that last second, the army or the reserve
Shows
come in
up.
and
Like,
shows
clear the
up
area.
and
That's
takes care of
right.
them, and it's like, oh my
Yes.
God, if you would have waited 10 more seconds,
It's the most
your
depressing
son would have
ending.
been alive.
Yes, I
or-
remember
It's like a
that
horrible
shit.
ending. Like,
That's
Yeah.
right.
But it's
Fuck.
like, hey, look, it's a horror movie. What do you? It's not all roses.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
it's a jaw dropper. Like freaking depressing. Is that right?
I mean,
was that pretty
yep.
much the ending?
I think
Yeah.
it was. Wasn't it? The
I've only
son
seen
and
it
the
once
wife?
too.
It might have been. I thought it was him and his son
there
in
was-
the back seat. I can't remember.
There was them three, and it was.
I think it was the three of them.
the three of them, and he had 2 bullets left.
Yeah.
maybe.
So he said,
yeah.
"I'm killing them, then I'm going to go out and let them kill me."
I remember when he's
Right.
in the car after he does it, like you see the mist,
yeah,
the fog,
yeah,
and he
and
thinks it's the creatures, and then you realize
the-
it's the army
yeah,
like coming through.
they-
And
they
you're like,
came-
oh
yeah.
shit! Like,
I think
Yeah, it's a downer, man.
yeah.
total downer ending.
Oof.
I didn't think anybody would
Spoiler
mention
alert.
that, and I'm glad you did.
Yep.
I've never seen it because somebody told me the ending before I
We
ever
we
got a
should
chance to see
probably
it.
beforehand
Oh
say
shit!
we're gonna
Sorry
spoil
about
things.
But see, I hadn't seen it all the way through, but I did see that part. I saw. I would say like a little bit more than half of the movie and the fucking ending.
yeah,
Yeah.
And that
Oh,
was at
really?
work, like just
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Billy.
Sorry, audience.
No, this was years ago. Somebody had ruined it for me.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
what the movie's
okay,
15
okay.
I don't
years
feel
old
bad.
now, I'm
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, whatever. All right, The Mist. Mr. Brett, number 5.
My number 5, released in August '83 by Warner Brothers, originally published in September '81. It's Cujo.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Literally, I just
I-
watched it.
Me too.
I couldn't
I just
believe
watched
Ted just
it.
watched it.
Ted and I were texting each other.
Yeah. I think I like Cujo a lot because it's a very simple movie.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It
Yep.
pretty much just takes place in the car, like once things get rolling.
Once you get there.
Oh,
yeah.
my
and it's
God,
so
dude.
claustrophobic.
Oh,
feeling.
it is.
The tension in this movie is very
Who
high.
directed that?
Louis Teague.
Okay.
He also
Yeah.
directed. What did he direct? Alligator, The Jewel of the Nile, Navy SEAls.
Okay.
Some
A
good
couple
ones in
other
there.
Stephen
Yeah.
Yeah,
King
because
movies.
it's just being in that. You felt like you were
And-
in there with them, dude. It was crazy.
And that movie takes place. I think you're supposed to think it's summer, so it's supposed to be hot.
yeah,
Right.
And they're on fire. Like the kids, like the mom,
Doesn't
like
the kid like pass out at one
Yeah,
point?
he's, like,
so
yeah.
hot.
in the
sweating.
back of the car, like,
Yeah.
yeah, and like
freaking
you
out.
feel so bad for, and like
and that kid, by the
movies-
way, I don't know that actor's name. That kid was great in that
Danny-
movie.
Danny Torino.
Pintaro.
He's great in that movie.
Hold on,
Pintaro?
it's Danny Pintaro,
Pintaro.
who ended up being in Who's the Boss.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, the tension, and you feel it's one of those movies. I love animals, cats and dogs, and you feel it sucks because the dog at the beginning is this friendly Saint
Yeah.
Bernard family dog, and then he gets rabies and like turns.
It's
into
like
this,
the first
killer.
20 seconds of the
Yeah, he's like
movie.
chasing a rabbit.
He's
It's
chasing
just
a rabbit.
really-
It's all like-
it's almost like a Little House on the Prairie
Yeah.
feel.
Feel
And then
good.
he
Gets bit on the nose.
Yeah, by the bat.
Oh,
Fucking
Terrible.
And
bats,
then
dude.
the
What is it
dog
with the
just-
fucking bats, dude?
Rabies.
and I
Oh.
remember
Sort of.
the beginning when they like the workshop or whatever that they left him at. You can, he starts you can tell something's wrong. Like he's starts doing weird stuff, and you're like, oh shit.
Noises. You can tell loud noises bother.
Yeah, and he
bother.
starts kind of pacing.
Yeah.
Kinda. He's
Yeah.
doing weird behavior, and it's just
That
like
is
you're like, oh
funny.
no,
Oh shit! Here it comes.
Big
Yeah.
rabid Saint Bernard.
And it's drooling on the fucking window.
Ooh.
And you're like,
They
oh.
generally drool.
It's towards
Yeah.
the end when he's bashing the car.
Yeah,
you're
like a
just
rhino,
fuck.
dude.
It's and then not that would ever happen or could happen, but I'm I mean, realistically, I guess a dog
Yeah.
that big could if you're trapped in a car, don't
Yeah.
have anywhere to go. I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be scary, especially for a little kid.
Yeah.
That little kid,
Yeah.
And my favorite scene in the movie is there's a scene where the camera is just
Spinning inside the car.
Oh, yeah,
the
goes
car, and
around.
I'm like, how did they the camera work is just amazing.
I was gonna
It's
say,
so,
some of that stuff actually felt ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's so weird because it's a very simple movie, but stuff like that is just
Yeah.
very. It was well done.
Jan de Mont did the
Yeah. Well,
cinematography.
that explains why it was so well done. Then.
So Ted and I talked about this. There's this weird storyline of Dee Wallace's affair
Yeah.
with this
Do you remember
guy.
that?
It's
Her high school
it's
sweetheart.
not really necessary. I mean, I guess it is in a way because the husband goes away and he's calling and they're not answering. So maybe he thinks she left with the
To have
man,
her
or
little,
he came over
fling.
and because
Do you remember that?
they go over and the house is
No.
turned over. So he's like, oh, did he come over and tear up my house?
Yeah.
Is it him?
There's a whole story about infidelity.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
major
Oh,
part of
shit.
the
She's
setup.
dating her high school sweetheart or seeing him on the side and having an affair.
She comes clean to the husband, and then the guy I think comes he comes over to the house sometimes.
Yeah, he wants her back.
I
I
it's like a
remember-
weird
thing.
awkwardness.
I feel like they probably could have edited all that out.
Yeah.
It
Sure.
And it
have
wouldn't have
affected
mattered. Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
so. And then this is like a really random thing, but I thought it was funny. So the farmhouse where she is told to go take her car for work. The wife like randomly like wins the lottery and she goes out of town. It's like weird. It was like a plot point to get the wife out of town.
Yeah. Everybody out of town.
Have her win the lotto.
And then the husband's just gonna like go party with this like redneck friend of his.
Yeah, Ed Lauder.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But,
it basically sets up them basically
Being alone.
like in remote,
Yeah.
like there's no cell phones, and like they're being,
Well, another great thing that they did, like D.
Preyed
Wallace says, like, oh, we'll just wait for the mailman to show up and
Yeah.
flag him. And then it cuts to the post office. Then the mailman's like whistling, walking, and he's like, no, stop. Don't you remember the farmhouse? They put their mail on hold. They won't be back for a month. It's like, okay, so that stopped. Like, just like as a story plot point, it was like effective.
Yeah.
Like, no one now is ever showing up to that farmhouse.
Yeah,
Right.
like they're screwed.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
okay.
Pre-cell phones.
No one's coming to help them.
Basically, the last third of that movie is like Jaws with the dog.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poor sheriff.
Yeah.
That guy ate it.
Yeah, it also sucked when you went over someone's house and they're like, "Oh, here's my dog Cujo." You go, "What?" It'd be like a poodle.
Every like big rabid, scary dog is Cujo now.
It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't ever name any kids Cujo, did they? You ever met a kid named Cujo?
I hope not.
No.
I don't think so.
That name didn't catch on. Too bad. All right, George, number 5.
Number 5's already been said by Billy. It's Misery.
Oh, nice.
Great.
I know. Damn it.
We're gonna have some repeats.
We
I'm
are.
sure.
We
are.
will.
But again, just mirroring what everyone else said, how James Caan, great performance, Kathy Bates,
Yep.
great performance, good movie. My favorite scene, same scene as Brad with the key and he's like cat and mouse.
I want to watch
Yeah,
it. It's been
great.
years.
It's
So.
fucking awesome. That, and of course, obviously, the Hobbler scene. It's
The
great.
yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's the best.
It's probably
So, yeah.
been like 10 years since I've seen it. Maybe 15.
Yeah.
Same
I
here.
love when he's laying there. He's like, Annie, please, whatever you're thinking about doing, don't do it.
Don't do it. That's such
You
a
feel bad for her.
Oh,
You feel
yeah.
for
Oh my god. Because you know what's coming. Because she
What did
sets
she
it
say?
up.
It's for the best.
It's for the best.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh,
And you
that
see her put
scene.
the
like
the
a
quarter
2x4.
the quarter 2x4s in between
Yeah.
his legs. And you're like, the look on his face is just like you feel it too. You're like, oh god, here it comes.
Yeah.
But I love like the whole like small town feel of this like old sheriff and his wife who work at the station, and all he's got is like post-it notes on the pushpin board behind him, and try to like figure things out and go up to the house and check on things.
Another remote type movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that one in Maine too? I don't remember.
Probably.
Probably. I know there was snow.
Yeah.
This
Might
one
be
was in
there.
Florida. No.
It was in Reseda.
Palm Beach.
Yeah.
So yeah, one number 5, Misery.
Noise.
All right, number 4 for me is a movie that I know you guys love the shit out of. It's all right, in my opinion, but it's loved and probably
It's
a lot of
all
people
right,
may
but
have
it made
number
your
1.
4.
Hold on.
How does it make your 4 if it's just all right?
Well, when I think in the gamut of the Stephen King horror movies that I like, this is where it is. This is where it falls. I have 3 better.
Yep.
It's The Shining.
Wow.
Wow.
Number 4.
Number 4.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
It's all right. Okay.
Not surprised.
Hey,
We've talked about this movie on previous podcasts.
A billion
We've kinda,
times.
Yeah. It's come up.
discussed
But
all we
rightfully
can,
so.
But I like it.
Never heard of it.
I'll have to give it a whirl.
I would like to actually see the Steven Weber. I didn't see the one that he
Honestly,
directed for
you
TV.
don't want to see that.
I know.
It's
dude.
bad.
Oh, really?
Oh.
You know what? It's the acting in it's really bad. The kid,
yeah, you love the
kid that plays Danny is horrifically bad.
Yeah.
No, now I definitely want to watch it.
Well, they
I
also
wanna-
they bring parts of the book into it, and and it's like the CG. It's so bad. You're
But
like,
honestly,
are you-
I think Stephen King wrote the teleplay or the screenplay specifically for that. 'Cause
Yeah,
he was so unhappy with the Kubrick movie.
Yeah.
So
He
he
was.
he did that. Like he was like involved with that
Yeah.
TV series
Yeah.
one. Way like he backed it. Like he said, this is what the
Yeah, what it
original
should have been.
movie should have been. But
and everyone was like,
you know what? Watch
no.
it once, but it's not very good.
I mean, look, that must be frustrating. Like, look, you're a writer. This is my baby, and you hand it off to someone else who's going to make a movie out of it, and you're like, what did they do? Like, that's nothing. Like, I didn't have anything to do with that. I mean, look,
Yeah.
they're
Wasn't
two,
he like
they're two
pissing him
separate
off to do
things.
shit? Like he changed the color of a car or something. Like Kubrick would to fuck with Stephen
Oh,
King. He was
probably.
doing some weird
I mean,
shit.
he definitely.
And like Stephen King did not want Jack Nicholson.
No, he didn't. I mean, he's always said
At
like, "Hey,
all.
like from the
Like,
first
he was like,
frame,
Who
you
the
know,
fuck did he want?
you know, he's crazy."
I don't know, but it wasn't Jack Nicholson.
Jesus Christ! Like,
in the
I can't
novel,
see
he's like a
anybody else.
redhead with like a beard. He doesn't look anything like. So maybe it was like a. I don't know
I
who it
can't
was.
see anybody else playing that role. To be honest with you.
The guy that played.
too.
What's the old man's name in The Shining?
Scatman.
Scatman Crothers.
No, but the character's name. I can't think of it right
Ooh.
now.
Oh shit!
I can't
Whatever the
remember.
character is. Anyways, in the TV version, it was Melvin Van Peebles. He just died like last week. though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
R.I.P.
But he played Scatman Crothers'
Oh,
character in
okay. I can
So-
see that.
the miniseries.
At what point in Stephen King's career was The Shining? Because probably I'm thinking, obviously
Early, I'm
Kubrick
thinking.
probably wasn't too keen on having writers around, but I'm sure Stephen King at some point was so popular that he could probably influence a studio and be like, "No, you're not going to do this. I'm the writer. You're going to do this."
The Shining was kind of. It was like when he first started getting big because he'd been writing for like I want to say like 6 years at that point.
1980.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, The Shining's 80.
It was It was like his third movie because like
But I mean, you can tell,
Yeah.
like, look, I've watched like behind the scenes documentaries. Kubrick's in the kitchen on a typewriter typing scenes for the day. Like, he
yeah.
rewrote a lot of that.
Yeah, he did.
It was like basically the skeleton of that story. I think he kept.
Yeah, I read the book about 10 years ago. I didn't really care for it. but
I
that's
prefer
probably 'cause
the
I watched
film.
The movie
I prefer the
for-
film.
Me too. And I think
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson has a lot to do with it. That's
Yeah.
the reason I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Just his-
Shelley
his
Duvall is
face.
great in
Oh
that
my
movie.
God,
like,
yeah.
they're all great, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Even
Look,
the kid,
I saw,
like
yeah,
the fucking kid,
yeah.
dude.
Maybe it's in the order of I saw the film when I was younger, so and then I read the book later. Maybe I don't know, and I already have that in my mind.
That's what I'm thinking. I didn't like it because there was like stuff that was not in the movie that's in the book, and I was like, this doesn't. It didn't like the maze comes to life in the book, where it's actually like animated and like
Yeah.
they're creatures like attacking them. I didn't like that. I was like, this doesn't really feel. I don't know. There was more of a fantasy element, I'll say, in the book and
Yeah.
the TV version than there was in the Kubrick version.
I want to see the sequel.
The Squeakquel?
Oh,
Squeakle.
Oh,
I finally watched that. Like
Doctor Sleep? That was
a few
awesome.
months
I
ago.
like.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah, I liked
hear
it
it's
too.
good from you guys.
I read the book first
No,
before I saw the
liked
movie.
it. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect, and I liked it.
I think that is the movie that
Dr. Sleep.
like was a great blend between Kubrick and King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Mike Flanagan did things like at the end where he burned the Overlook down, which Kubrick didn't do, obviously.
Yeah.
But like,
But that was
I
an
feel-
original.
yeah, exactly. I
Exactly.
feel like he kind of pleased both parties on the who liked the book and the film. It's like and King, like
Yeah.
he kind of made things right.
Yeah.
Who
Who was the actor
for
that
King?
that played Nicholson's role? That
It's
guy.
Elliot from E.T.
Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Dude, I didn't even
fucking
recognize
job.
him
Me
at
neither,
first.
I know. I
dude.
didn't realize it was
his
him.
voice and
Yeah.
everything. It was,
But see,
dude,
I
killed it.
know it killed. I know a lot of people didn't probably like recasting.
I did.
I would prefer that than CG Jack Nicholson.
Oh no, see,
Yeah.
Jack
like
Nicholson would've
CG
sucked.
What you
Shelley
just said,
Duvall.
I remember when I was watching it with Kat. Now I think we both said that. We're like, I think I prefer this
It's way better.
having an actor than
100%.
having like de-age like CGI. It doesn't
Totally,
look
it takes
no.
you out of it.
It does. He did a fucking marvelous
Yeah,
job,
it was
dude.
great.
Yeah,
Mhm.
100%.
And the way they shot him was kind of from the side a
Yeah.
lot, like so it.
And he did the voice. I thought
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah,
You seen it, Ted?
it's just
you gotta
cool.
See it.
It was
I
cool
got-
seeing the
write it
Jack
down.
Torrance.
Yep.
He's behind the bar now. Like he's truly the bartender.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
Full
you haven't
I wonder
seen
if,
it? Oh my God!
Yeah,
I
but
just
it's not.
spoiled it
No,
for Ted.
but that's not. That has
Sorry,
no,
dude.
Yeah, that's not a huge part
no,
of the
it's
movie.
not.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not.
It's not.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
I'm gonna
at all.
watch it.
If you like The
I wonder
Shining,
if,
it gives you enough to like be interested in
And the girl that
I will.
the girl in that
Dude, she's
oh,
excellent.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, the cult like leader.
No,
girl?
the little girl.
Oh, the little yeah.
We won't say any more for Ted, but for Ted's sake. But no,
Yes,
she was
yes,
great.
please.
She was fabulous.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Rebecca
Brad,
Ferguson's
number 4.
great,
What
too.
you got?
My number 4 was a 1987 sci-fi-ish release.
Oh, I know what it
It's
is.
on the horror. What is it?
There's enough room in your stomach. I can't think of the line.
It's the
Running Man.
It's the
Yeah,
running
it's the
man.
Running Man.
It's the Running Man.
That's a
No,
good movie.
tap my fist and ram it into your stomach.
Oh my God!
I thought that was Arnold right here.
That was so great. I think so. Richard Dawson plays this game show host.
Yes.
Great. He's
it's
so good.
Oh, my
and I've
God.
always said,
you?
Yeah, who loves you? So his original story for The Running Man was protagonist Ben Richards. He's in a reality show, which contestants, they're allowed to go anywhere in the world. They're chased by the general public who get a huge bounty if they kill him, whereas this version, the Arnold Schwarzenegger version, which look, I never read the book, but I love The Running Man.
It's great.
Like,
Me too.
It's 80s.
Yep.
It's Schwarzenegger. It's a great premise.
Thriller.
Harold Faltermeyer with the music.
So yeah, so
Nice.
it's all these prisoners, and basically like they have a chance of freedom if they can basically win this game.
Game show.
Yeah.
They
free.
and they shut. To me, it was almost like ahead of its time with like these reality shows and game
Yeah.
shows where they show these vignettes of like John Smith beat the game, and he's on an island in Florida with these models, and then later
Kind of has a RoboCop feel to it.
It did those fake commercial
Yeah.
things. So I'm going to spoil
Yeah.
stuff if anybody hasn't seen this.
I've seen it.
seen it.
Yeah, and then you find out later when he's like in the dressing room or wherever that there's skeletons. Like they didn't win. They won the game, but they're still dead.
Yeah.
Like they ain't winning anything. They're
Yeah.
not. They're never leaving this game.
They're getting used
Yeah.
for ratings.
But it just felt like, dude, there's such cool, like almost comic book characters in this
yeah,
movie.
they're
Like,
almost- yeah, totally.
yeah, that I think I've said before in a previous podcast. Like, if there's any movie to remake, like The Running Man could be really cool remade.
If
and
done right.
They do it right.
So Edgar Wright is going to remake it, I think, in a couple of years.
Oh,
they're
nice.
actually
Nice.
Yeah.
Good news.
But
Billy's
Do you know
like,
who
yeah.
directed this, Brock?
Paul Glazer?
It's the guy from Starsky and Hutch.
Nice.
Paul
yes,
Michael
yes, I
Glazer.
do
Oh, is
remember
it?
that.
I had to look. I didn't know, actually.
Yeah. What's that?
Interesting.
What did you say?
Paul Michael
It's
Glazer.
the guy from Starsky and Hutch, Paul Michael Glazer.
So it's either going to star The Rock or Dave Bautista
I know, right?
I could see that.
Maybe
or
both
Steve
of them.
Buscemi.
Or John Cena.
Maybe both
That's
of
the-
them will be in it.
That's the order, the pecking order. The Rock, Dave Bautista, or John Cena.
Did anybody ever have the
what about
video
Vin
game?
Diesel?
Did anybody have the video game, The Running Man? I think they like
No.
made a video game.
I don't
I
know
had
that.
Total
That's
Recall,
cool.
not Running Man.
I think they
then.
had like an old computer game,
Oh,
The
okay.
Running Man. But again, I feel like it's kind of loosely based on Stephen King, but it's kept the title and
Yeah.
man, it's just
What year was that?
it's a fun
87.
87. So it was
Same
like right around
summer,
Predator.
baby.
RoboCop.
Yeah,
This predates all those movies that came out after, like The Box and all those movies
Yeah.
where it's similar, where these people are stuck in this place and they have to get out. What's the one we saw where it was like the office building? Remember we went to the movie theater?
Belko Experiment.
that
oh,
one.
I forgot
Same
we
fucking
saw that.
shit. Same
Yeah.
kind of
Didn't
premise.
Did James
where-
Gunn direct that?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
great.
Or no, I think he wrote
Or
it.
he wrote it.
Yeah.
His brother was in it.
Yeah.
we walked out of there like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Did
I
we
forgot we
just
Yeah,
see?
saw
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Experiment.
Has everyone seen The Running Man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
Wasn't
yeah.
there a
multiple
dance called The
times.
Running Man?
yes,
Yes,
there was.
That's right.
Yeah, and you can never escape the dance either. Number 4, Running Man.
I love that movie. Yeah, it's good. Ted, number 4.
My number 4 broke the rule of all horror movies.
I love
So
it. I
I'm
can't
gonna,
wait.
I'm gonna have this one on my list. It's Stand By Me.
Oh,
The Body.
oh
yes,
my God.
based on the short story The Body. Great cast.
Dude.
Will Wheaton, River Phoenix,
Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer Sutherland,
Richard
Corey-
Dreyfuss.
Corey
is the
Feldman.
narrator.
Yep,
Motorcycle Man.
The other,
Motorcycle Man.
Motorcycle Man.
Jerry O'Connell.
the other Corey.
Yep,
Somebody
just great scenes about
That motorcycle's farting.
mischief and kids and like that whole like narration kind of thing when we were kids and stuff
I
like
love
that.
it.
Just the friendships are really like well written and genuine and some great scenes.
I wanted to do that kind of adventure when I saw
Me
that movie. I was
too.
like, dude, I
Yeah.
want to go out and fucking.
I want to walk on train
Middle of the
tracks.
woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it's another Stephen King story where it's like you're living through the eyes of the kids and
Yeah.
like going on their story. It's almost like a Goonies feel where
Yeah.
you're walking the train tracks and
And there, what?
going on an adventure.
Young John Cusack is in that as well. In the beginning, he's the brother that dies.
Oh,
Right.
Remember the
Yes.
fuck-
yeah,
Yes.
it's
And the dad's
is.
such a dick. He looks at Will Wheaton and goes, "It should have been you."
Yeah.
Oh, like what the fuck, dude?
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, because John Cusack was like on his way to the major leagues, a great baseball player.
Yeah.
It's such a.
How did they do
Totally.
the pie eating scene flashback? What was that? I can't remember how that was ref. Like,
Will Wheaton was telling a story.
Yeah, 'cause
they were
he's-
like, "Oh, you tell good
He's
stories."
a good storyteller.
He's a
'cause
writer.
writer. Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And the
It
dad
was
like,
Lardass.
hates that.
Lardass, yeah.
The dad hates that he's a writer because the older brother was like such a star player, and he's like, "You're
Yeah.
a fucking nerd. Like it should have been you."
yeah.
Yeah.
Like what a dick.
Richard Dreyfuss.
God, I love that pie eating scene.
Yeah.
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 Lardass.
What did he put there? He put castor oil in
Castor-
the pie or something?
yeah.
Or
So he's all,
That's a great scene.
And he had a
It is a good
total
scene.
barf-orama.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's part of that movie. It's like a whole other feel for that
Yeah.
movie.
Such a great movie.
But
Yeah.
I mean, there's like deep stuff in that movie
Yeah.
with like bullying and like the
Kiefer Sutherland
Kiefer
plays
Sutherland stuff.
great bad.
Yeah.
like
It's a coming of age movie.
it is. It absolutely is.
Teddy Duchamp.
Mhm.
Like, don't they like go into someone's yard or something like that and
Oh yeah,
they
and
get accosted by the
Chopper, sick balls. And the
Yeah.
dog runs after him.
That's it.
I know you, Teddy Duchamp.
Teddy Duchamp.
I know you,
exactly.
brother.
It's Corey Feldman. I think one of Corey's best roles.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
He's such a
He's
little
really
dick.
good.
in
They're
that.
all good.
River
They're really good.
Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone was good
Slip
in
me
that
some skin.
in their roles.
Yeah.
Jerry O'Connell.
Fat Jerry O'Connell.
Chloe,
Yeah, a little younger.
Now he's fucking ripped. You see
Yeah.
him? Jesus.
Yep. Stand by Me. Number 4.
Stand By Me. Good movie. All right, Mr. Brett, number 4.
Number 4, released in December '83 by Columbia Pictures, originally published that same year, April '83. So I feel like this one, King must have known, like when he wrote the movie or wrote the novel, they must have already approached him like to do the movie because it came out 6 months after it was published. So it's Christine.
Ooh.
John Carpenter.
Dude,
John Carpenter.
only John Carpenter film
Yeah.
that he
Stephen King,
directed.
yeah.
This is one of this one, you know, I mentioned like I wanted to keep it all horror. This one would have been on my list even if that wouldn't have
Pew.
Oh, I love that movie.
if I'd thrown that
it's
rule
one
out
of
the
my
window.
favorites. It's one of my. Yeah,
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
What's your favorite scene? I know mine.
I'll say the first time they destroy Christine.
Oh, yeah. It's
And
like-
then they like when it comes back.
Oh, it
that
pops
first,
out?
Yeah, the
Everything
first
starts-
time.
What does he say? He's like, "Show me" or something. It's like,
Yeah.
Is it show me or
what's the word he said? I can't remember the line.
is
Where
it
it's like-
show me or maybe it is show me. Now I
think
can't
it
remember
is.
what it is.
I can't remember either.
Or
But yeah.
yeah, I think it is.
And
But
then
yeah,
it just starts.
and the radio comes on
Yeah.
like when it kills
What's the
people.
song? Is it
like-
Mr. Sandman or what song is it that
No,
comes
it's
back on?
Nice.
Fuck.
I can't remember the song.
Ah.
It might be different songs every time. It might not be the same one. I can't remember.
And the music in the movie is just it's typical Carpenter. Which
John Carpenter did the score, so I
like-
love it's that electronic
Yeah.
synth
stuff.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and I have a few favorite scenes actually. I don't know, that probably is my favorite. The first time when it just gets destroyed.
Yeah, because they're destroying the and you're like, this car's fucked.
They're like
And then all of a
they're
sudden
like
it starts-
jumping on top of it and just smashing the windshield. And you feel bad for him at the beginning of the movie. The main character,
Yeah.
what's his name? Keith Gordon's character's name. I can't remember his name in it. I don't
Fuck,
remember.
I don't remember,
But like
yeah,
when he
he's like
first
the
finds
nerd
it,
kind of guy, and he's like everyone picks on him. He's a
yeah. So you kind of feel bad for him, but
and then he buys that car, and he's like,
Is it
it changes him.
Little Bitty Pretty One is the song that comes on?
Oh, I think that is one of them, or the one, yeah. But yeah, the car changes him. Like it
Oh, dude, it's totally.
possesses
I
him.
mean, you
Starts
can tell.
wearing a leather
Yeah, he's kind
jacket.
of like this nerdy, like shy.
He's like an outcast. at
Yeah,
the
and then
beginning.
he's
then he becomes
full
like
of confidence,
the
a jerk.
yeah, he's a total.
Yeah, and a few
G-dog.
years later, he goes to college with his dad, Rodney Dangerfield.
that's right.
Yep.
Oh,
the triple
nice.
Indy.
He does the triple Indy. And his best friend, Robert
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That's right.
Double feature.
Arnie Cunningham, I think, was Keith Gordon's character.
That's
Okay,
it. Yep,
that's it.
that's it, Arnie.
Yep. Anyways, I love this movie. Everything about it. I think it's a little underrated, actually.
It is.
Yeah,
I feel like people trash it, but it's actually
Yeah.
a well-done movie.
And I think it's like one of the I don't think people really talk about it. John Carpenter's Christine much.
no, it's
either.
weird.
No, they
'cause
don't.
I think it's a very
Like a sleeper hit.
effective movie.
Yeah, it's
like it
cool.
works.
A killer car movie.
And it's
Why
a cool
not?
concept.
Yeah.
Like, a car that's like
Possessed.
and like basically can't die. Like it comes back to life.
Doesn't it? Spoiler alert! Doesn't it end with it's at the junkyard? They're about to smash it, or something. Or they smash it. and I
The
think
radio
the
comes
radio
on.
comes on.
It
yeah,
turns
so
on
it's
the
still
light.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a good ending.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah. I remember
great. It lives.
One of the scenes where the car's chasing one of the bad guy. Or
Oh,
like
that
the
kid,
bullies,
that kid,
and it's
yeah.
the
like,
overweight one. Is
dude,
it the overweight
just
kid?
run
Yeah,
to the
it
left,
is, it
dude.
is.
Like,
Yeah,
just
right?
run- just
All you
run
gotta do-
straight.
But that's what we said in Prometheus when like they're running from that.
It's in every
thing that's
movie or
it's like,
TV
run
show.
left or right. Like don't run straight.
Go that way.
I was just watching Jurassic Park like last weekend or 2 weeks ago. The part where the SUV's falling out of the tree. All they have to do is like climb down the tree and like slowly go to the left or the right, and the car would go by them. But no, they just choose to go underneath it, like
yeah,
straight
like
down.
what are you doing?
Every movie's like that, though.
It's hilarious. Great movie, man.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
Does the car? The car? It doesn't kill the girl, right? It tries to, but she escapes.
I think
think
she's
it
the only
tried
one that
to.
lives.
It's like starts choking her, right? But she makes it.
I haven't
yeah.
seen it in a few years.
It's been like 5
Few years,
years.
yeah.
What kind of car is it?
Plymouth Fury. I
it's
believe
beautiful.
a 58 Plymouth Fury.
Cherry red.
Yeah, with chrome.
Yeah, dude,
lots of chrome.
I can't remember this movie for the life of me. I know I've seen
Me
bits
too.
and pieces. Maybe I haven't seen the whole thing.
Yeah, Harry Dean Stanton, I think's in it.
Yeah, Harry Dean Stanton's in
Yeah.
it. Robert Prosky.
Yeah.
Robert Blossoms, the guy from Home Alone, the old man. He
Oh,
plays the guy that
yeah.
sells the car.
Yeah.
And there's like a story, like his brother, I think it was his car, and he loved the car and he died in it, and that's like where you think like it's the brother's spirit is inside it. Like
He's angry.
There's only one thing
Possessed.
he loved more is just his car.
yeah,
Saying that was the love of his life was the car.
yeah.
Did you guys see the John Carpenter directed a music video for Christine? This was like it wasn't too long ago, like
No.
3 years ago. It's like
No.
downtown LA. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can watch it.
Oh shit, no.
With like the door opens and like John Carpenter's in the driver's seat.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Was it to promote
Does he
his
say
album?
Christine?
Big trouble. I think it was I don't know if it was a song off of that Lost Themes
Okay,
first album.
I think I
I'll have to check
remember
it out.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
but Billy, definitely, if it's on TV, watch it. Like it's worth
Yeah.
watching.
You'll dig it. It's got some cheesy moments, but you'll dig it.
you know, it's just got that 80s feel.
yeah,
And
but
you can
I
tell
feel like
it-
it's well done.
I like
If
it.
no one told you that it was directed by John Carpenter and you watched it, you would know by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music alone.
Yeah, oh my God.
was-
Yeah.
I mean, for all the
Dude.
content, probably Stephen King's going to have his own streaming platform at some point.
That's true.
Absolutely. Yeah, with all the
I wouldn't
TV
doubt it.
content and
And all the books he's written, they
King
can make
Plus.
shit off that. Yeah. King Plus.
I think too, like so the Thing was such a failure, like people like box office
Box-office-wise, yeah.
Yeah, he was hired to do something else, and I think he had to take Christine because of that was, like
Oh.
he got fired from whatever he's doing, so he did Christine.
Yeah, that makes sense because Christine was the next year.
83.
After, yeah, or a few years, I guess, later.
Yeah, Thing was 82. This was 83.
Oh, so it was only a year
Next
later.
year.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
All right, George, what do you got for number 4, my friend?
Same thing, Christine. This sucks, dude.
Really?
I hate being the last guy on this fucking podcast because I'm like, fuck. Yeah, Christine. I really like this movie. It was something new for the time. Like
Yeah.
a fucking killer car.
Mhm.
You've had your slashers and your bad guy warden dudes or zombies. A fucking car, dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
the tagline is, "How do you kill something that can't possibly be alive?"
Yeah.
There you go. And I remember wasn't the movie poster just the car
Yeah,
with
it's
like
the headlights on.
yeah, with the
grill.
headlights on and then like the foggy
And
background.
it's like blue.
Yeah, there you go.
I love that.
I
Very
had that-
simple.
I had
but
that movie
effective.
poster in my room.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Christine?
Yep.
Nice.
I wasn't cool with the with the guy at the VHS fucking at the rental
he'd
spot.
hook you up with
Oh yeah,
posters?
he'd hold them for me.
That's awesome.
You had all the ladies.
I did. Oh,
Oh, I think he was supposed to do Firestarter. Maybe he got fired from
Oh, really?
Firestarter. Yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Drew Barrymore was in that.
Yep.
Good movie.
Was that based off the Prodigy song?
Firestarter.
Number 3 for me is Creepshow, the original
Yeah.
Creepshow.
Ooh.
Some say
I
a little
love that
low,
one.
Little low.
And honestly, my favorite thing about that movie is the Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen short story.
Oh,
Good,
That
man.
to me
Love
it.
could have been a whole movie. I love that story. It's so great.
Buries him in the ocean and
Yeah.
up to his neck.
Yeah.
Could I say something? I didn't include creep shows because they
What?
weren't technically
No.
adaptations. They were just
It
scripts
counts.
written by him.
It still counts. It's,
So
it's a Stephen King film.
Get the
Wasn't
fuck out of
it
here.
a book of short stories that he wrote for like EC Comics or some shit like
it
that?
was like kind of like in the vein of those kind of
Okay,
you know
okay.
appreciation of those.
Gotcha.
I
But
think
it's
he
it's
wrote
still
the
in the Stephen,
screenplay
it's in
for
the,
it.
Yeah, I
but
mean
I
it's in the
gotcha.
Stephen King world.
I would
You
say
better
that's the-
you better reshuffle, Brett.
I didn't include him because of that. I was like, I didn't know for sure if it would
Oh, for
count.
sure.
Because it's not an adaptation.
Oh no, it's Stephen.
It's an
King.
original. Like,
Still a Stephen
It
King movie.
smells
Yeah.
of Stephen. He's even in it.
well, it's a George Romero movie.
Yeah, but
More, I'd
he
say.
wrote it and he's in it.
Yeah.
and wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was he always saying? Like, oh, darn it.
No.
You done it this time. You
Oh.
done it this time.
You
oh,
bet-
you dumbhead. You dumbhead.
You big dummy.
Trivia here.
Huh?
That sequence.
Yeah.
There's I think I've told you this before. There's a transition shot. I think it's after the meteor hits or something, and it's like a time lapse where they show it like an hour or two later, and it's the music from Tales from the Dark Side.
Oh,
You know,
really?
to a commercial.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's catalog like library music from like the 60s.
Excellent.
Wow.
But it's the same music they use for Tales from
That's
the Dark
awesome.
Side.
I didn't even know that.
I have to go back and watch.
And also,
too.
how can we not have mentioned who stars in Creepshow, a podcast favorite?
Adrian
Adrian
Barbeau.
That's right. In the crate.
Please give us a
Great.
plug.
Ed Harris is in there too. He's in the first.
Yeah,
first
dude,
tale.
Go
got some
back.
moves.
Go back. Yes, that's what I'm about to say. Go back and watch it for his dance sequence.
Dance moves.
It's
or-
the most ridiculous thing I've ever
It's
seen.
pretty bad.
What's scarier, the movie or his dancing?
or the fact that he thinks he's actually good at dancing.
Yeah, he's good at
like-
dancing. Yeah.
I mean, that whole. I liked Creepshow '2 as well, but
So do I.
Creepshow #1.
It's not as good, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if there was never a Creepshow and it was only Creepshow 2, I would love it. But I
Yeah.
know that the first one's a lot better. But I still own them both. I love them both.
I feel like the raft sequence, or not the raft, what's it called?
Thanks for the ride, lady.
Lake.
The lake? Is that the segment in 2 with the...
No, isn't that the
Yeah,
tar.
it's the
Lake
second
monster.
One, yeah.
What's it called, that one?
No,
The
I
lake,
thought it was
right?
the first one. The lake one's in the first
The
one.
lake.
No,
yeah.
it's in the
No,
second
Lake's in the
one.
second
The
one.
second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's the only segment in
It's
the
like the,
second one.
the Indian chief, the lake,
And the hitchhiker.
Thanks
Good stuff, man.
It's great.
The lake one, though, is the only one from part 2 that I think actually is... The quality of it is good enough to be in part 1, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like, that segment's really well. Not that the other two aren't.
There's a
but
great
it's-
boob scene in that too.
In
Where
the lake
chick-
scene?
yeah, where she's like on her side and you can see her.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they're
Fun
on the,
fact.
the little
Fun fact.
platform.
Gary worked on that lake one.
Who's Gary?
He did?
You gotta explain
wow.
to the listener.
My cousin.
Yeah.
My cousin Gary.
Hold on. Okay, so we got insider information. So you've told me this before. How did they create the slime for the being for the lake?
Trash bags?
Yeah,
I
you've
think it
told
was
me
trash
that. You've
bags,
told me
yeah.
It
this
looks like
before.
trash
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
I read it somewhere. Yeah.
Pulled the trash bag.
That's what it looks like.
I love in that sequence too when the ring gets stuck.
Yeah.
It's like the high school,
Oh,
the
yeah.
class
the
ring. And
platform.
it pulls
Yep.
them under.
Yeah.
Sorry, Billy. This is part 2, and you were talking about
No,
part 1.
I like part 2. It's fine.
I like them both. Just as
Yeah.
equal.
I dare anyone here to watch part 3. It has nothing to do with Romero or Stephen King. I bought the DVD at Walgreens for like $3,
No.
and it's awful.
Hold on a second. There's a third one.
I didn't know there was a
I
third
didn't even know
I
that.
don't
But
know,
it's
I don't-
name
I don't-
only,
I don't know how
right?
this company got the rights, but
Wow.
dude, it's like below like B-level movie. It's like
No
like
name actors.
No,
like,
it's terrible.
like
It's-
college, probably
it's-
acting,
it's
college.
Bad. It's bad.
Terrible,
It's
terrible.
bad.
Wow.
It's bad.
How
Yeah,
did
like
they get
being
the
a
name
child-
rights?
Nobody even knows there's a part 3.
I didn't even know.
I had no idea.
It's bad.
Wow.
Being a child of like frequent video store visitations, that cover box was pretty iconic too.
It is.
For the
Oh,
Creepshow,
yeah.
the first one.
The box office
I also had that
window.
movie poster in my room.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
I had
sure.
them all. Great poster, dude.
yeah.
Did King write 2 or only 1?
No, I think he did.
Did he do both?
Yeah, he did too.
I
think
don't know.
He did
some
too,
too,
okay.
yeah.
I think that
remember.
Indian one's.
Did Savini direct that?
Yes,
Yeah.
part 2 he did, yeah.
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 All right.
Well-
yeah.
I'm sorry. And then Tales from the Dark Side was supposed to be Creepshow 3, right? Like, didn't
It was supposed to be the Creepshow TV show.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know if it was naming rights. They couldn't... Something happened where they, like, chose to go, like, with a different name. I don't know
Oh.
why. But it's basically Creepshow, the TV series.
Yeah.
I love that TV series. Oh my god. The
Tales from the
opening.
Dark Side?
Oh god.
Yeah, it's
Just to
great.
watch. Was it Friday nights or Saturday nights or something like that?
Saturdays, I think. I feel like it was on the weekend.
KDOC, Channel 52 or something like that.
Yeah.
Noise.
Oh.
Yeah, it was KDC. That's right.
All right, Brad, number 3.
So let's see if you guys can guess this. Stephen King has stated that this film is one of his top 10 favorite film adaptations. The
Can you tell me when it came out?
1990.
Ooh.
Someone Out of the Movie won an Oscar. It's the only film based on a Stephen King novel to win an Oscar.
Carrie?
It's Misery, isn't it?
Misery.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring something different to the table.
Yeah.
Everyone's
you.
talked about Misery.
All night.
Yeah, I love this movie.
Oh my God,
They're
it's
doing a new 4K Blu-ray for this like next month. I
Oh,
can't
nice.
wait.
Oh shit! I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Spend-
This movie.
Take my money, why don't
This
you?
movie's great. It's beautifully shot.
Yeah.
Rob Reiner, the guy that did Spinal Tap, directed.
Princess Bride.
Yeah.
I think that was his movie right before this one.
Yeah, crazy.
And Stand
Billy
By
Crystal
Me
was
him,
up for the
too.
lead role.
Didn't
Billy
he do Stand By Me?
He
Rob
did.
Reiner?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. How many
great.
Stephen King
Yeah.
movies has he done? Three.
Three.
Two?
That's 3.
Yeah.
Or two or 3, yeah.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Misery.
Billy Crystal
Love it.
was up for that
Does
role.
Rob Reiner do movies anymore?
You
Billy
know,
Crystal was up
I
for it,
don't
Ted?
know.
I'm not sure if he
Oh.
does. Maybe he does TV shows
I know
now.
he
Yeah, I don't.
I could
don't
see
know if
Billy
he does.
Crystal in that.
In what? Billy Crystal in what? In Misery.
Misery.
He was supposed to be Kathy Bates' character.
I heard.
No,
Oh.
Burgess Meredith was supposed to be Kathy Bates.
I think Jim
Now,
Varney was
I don't-
supposed to be.
Shit.
I don't see William Hurt was like really tall. Isn't William Hurt tall? Like, I don't think
yeah.
he
real
fit in
tall.
that
Like
bed.
6.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Kline is too.
Yeah,
maybe.
Kevin
Dude,
Kline's
I
tall.
read somewhere Rob Reiner said they actually hired someone, and then he got there. He's like, "Hold on, I'm supposed to stay in the bed for this long?" They're like, "You didn't read the script." Like he's like, "I can't do this."
Like,
And
they didn't realize
And they
it?
hired James Caan. I think it might have been William Hurt. I know I named that name,
then he
but
backed out of
yeah,
it?
somebody backed out. I
Oh.
think it was Hurt, where he's like, "I can't just lay here for this."
He's like, I'm 6'4". I can't.
"Yeah,
Fucking
she's
little
gonna,
bit.
she's gonna break my ankle."
I got some big ankles.
Well, you know who they really wanted for the Kathy Bates role?
Here we go.
Taco.
Marlon Brando. Marlon, the great Marlon.
Man,
Marlon.
they don't always work, but when they do,
All right. They are money. Ted, number 3.
My number 3 came out in September of 1994. I'm breaking the rules. It's not a horror movie.
Oh,
I'm a rule breaker.
heartbreaker.
You want to guess?
what is it?
Shawshank Redemption.
Yes.
1994.
Excellent.
Frank Darabont is one of my favorite
So you
writers
got
and directors.
2 Darabont movies on
I
your
do.
list.
Already.
Yeah,
You like
kinda-
there's a theme.
Could he do a third one?
Ooh,
Possibly.
Oh,
Possibly. You could say that.
Well, he just did a number 2 right here on the table, so a number 3 wouldn't
Ooh,
surprise me.
I love that
Now,
film.
me
I will
too.
say
You know,
this-
I hadn't seen it since probably when it came out, so I watched it again this month, and it's still great. It's
so
even
good.
better.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I think
It's
when I
very-
saw that the first time I saw it, I had no idea Stephen King wrote the original
Same here.
story for it.
Yeah.
I didn't
And then
either.
when I saw his name flash up, I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I was confused.
Sure, it like doesn't feel like a
Not at all.
yeah,
But it
is
makes
a
sense.
really good adaptation.
Yeah, it makes sense that he did other stuff. He probably didn't want to you don't want to always write the same type of.
Yeah,
but this was
story.
so this was so
It's
not
different.
King though. It was
yeah.
yeah.
Just such a great buddy story.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get busy living, get busy dying. Like
so true.
when you see those guys again, spoiling it, at the end when you see them on the beach together, it's like
It's great.
They made it.
I have a
Like,
question for
Yeah.
you guys. I still remember the first time I saw it. The first time you saw it, did you think Morgan Freeman wasn't going to show up?
Yeah.
Because I didn't think he was going to show up. I
Well,
was like,
isn't there an instance at the end where you think he might commit suicide?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like he can't deal
Yeah.
with the world outside of
Yeah.
jail.
so I
Yeah.
did. I remember the first time I saw him, like, I don't think he's going to show up. I think
He like works in a
I
supermarket.
thought he was gonna kill himself.
He like works
Yeah.
in a
That's
the guy behind
supermarket
him,
or something.
just like the guy before him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
that's
thought he was
what's gonna
going to kill
happen.
himself.
You feel like, that's what he liked. He
that
liked
structure.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all he's known for. How many
Like
years.
life.
Yeah, he had most of his life was behind bars.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just love prison, Escape from Alcatraz, a prison movie
Love that
like that.
movie.
That
Yeah.
movie's
There's,
awesome.
Yeah,
It's
there's
one of my dad's favorite movies.
yeah, it's a great
Mhm.
movie.
It's good. Tim
Yeah, that was
Robbins
a
is
great,
great in this movie.
We should do top
That's a
5
great
prison
movie going
movies.
experience for
Top five
me.
prison
I
movie
enjoyed
is
that movie a
top
lot.
I love that. What'd you say, Billy?
So that was a great movie going experience for me. Like I didn't
Yeah.
see it in the first run theater. I saw it in like $1 secondary movie theater,
Yeah.
and we really didn't know what it was. And then you walk out of that theater and you're a little bit light on your feet. You're like, yeah, life's pretty good, man. I mean, made you feel good. You know,
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
story.
100%.
It is.
It had a happy ending.
I love
It was not scary unless the rape scene is what you want to talk about. Yeah, that was scary. I saw that dude in CVS one time, the redheaded guy, whatever his name was, and
Guy from Rush
immediately
Hour?
I was like, "Oh, that guy sucks."
Yeah,
Asshole, it raped him.
Mean fuck. He was.
He's the bad guy in Rush Hour.
That's
the first Rush Hour.
That's
He's
it.
the bad guy.
That's it. That's where I remember seeing him.
I think Tim Robbins is climbing through sewage pipes at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
That's horrifying.
It is.
Yeah,
so that kind of
so-
counts as
yeah,
horror
that's
movie.
horror.
He's like gagging.
I was thinking the other
forgot about
day
that
because
scene,
it's
yeah.
on TV all the time. Did that movie, because Morgan Freeman did the narration, a lot of it. Did that movie start Morgan Freeman's run as the narrating for, the God for
It
everything?
feels like
think
it.
so.
It does. I think you're right,
Unless
dude.
he didn't narrate Glory, right? Glory's the only other movie I can think of that was before that were.
I don't think he did. No.
Yeah, I think that you're right then, Billy.
He's got such a great voice,
Yeah,
that
great
guy.
voice.
Yeah.
Voice.
John Doe's got the upper hand.
Because that movie probably was so much more.
done.
That movie took on a whole new
your
following on
master
video.
car.
I feel like a lot more people found it that way
They
than
did.
it did at the theater.
I
And,
agree.
it's it's like a cherished national treasure. That movie. No one speaks ill of that movie anywhere.
It
It's
wasn't
the highest
a huge,
rated movie on IMDb.
It wasn't
I
a
think,
huge
still.
success
Is it?
in theaters,
Wow.
though.
No.
It wasn't very successful. Do you know?
No,
if
it didn't make a lot. It came out in September, this time of year. So it was.
Yeah.
That's usually when studios put out a movie that they don't know what to do with.
Yeah.
They kind of just hope that maybe.
I mean, it is kind of wordy and talky, but it's like
I don't think it got nominated for any awards either.
Oh, really?
I don't think it got. Did it get nominated for an Oscar? Maybe it did.
Travesty. If it
I don't
didn't.
know. Maybe
I
Morgan
feel like
Freeman
it
got
did. Look
nominated.
that up.
It was the year
I
that
bet
Pulp
Morgan
Fiction
Freeman
won,
got nominated.
or it was like all nominated for a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
I don't think it did. Like Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction were like the big
Yeah, of 94.
Yeah.
Do you know what the original the book title is called?
It's not Shawshank Redemption?
Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
That's right.
Oh,
it's the poster, right?
Yeah,
that poster he's got in there.
I love the scene when the warden is like he rips that poster
Yeah,
off
and
the
then
wall.
like
it's the hole. It's like great.
zooms out.
He's
or-
digging.
Because he saw that poster before like two or
Yeah,
three other times.
yeah.
It was just like kind of eyeballed it, and
Yeah.
that's it.
And then you see Tim Robbins shaking his jeans out with all the
Yeah,
all
with
the
the
rocks
pebbles
that he's
and stuff.
Yeah.
Great
He has
movie.
He's making little-
the book that's empty.
Oh yeah,
It's just like a shell.
Yeah, for the
For the
hammer.
tools.
little pickaxe or whatever. it was.
Yeah.
Dude, and he was digging in there for how many? Like they said, like 14 years. No, not that long. For fucking years.
I think it was long.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah, I
long.
think it
He was in there a
was.
while. Yeah, because they show like his hair graying, like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
shows time.
Progression.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Like,
remember when that guy got killed by a lawnmower?
Wrong
Oh
movie.
wait, they didn't put it in the movie. Never mind.
It was in the book.
I love the sequence when it's raining and the camera
pan.
he's spinning and it's just like zooms up and it's
like-
just him spinning. Yeah, it's like freedom.
yeah, he's
Oh,
like
man,
tasting
that
the
was so
freedom.
cool.
You can feel it.
That's
too.
right when he
got
busts
out.
out of the sewer pipe, right?
He's like,
Yep.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm free.
Like he can feel when he's getting towards the end. You can tell like he knows like he's
I'm reaching
almost
you.
there, just a little.
What's
bit
the
more.
best prison movie sewer pipe breakout? Raising Arizona with John Goodman or
It's a great one.
Kurt Russell and Stallone and
Tango.
Tequila
Tango
Sun- or
Cash?
Tango Cash?
or Tim Robbins and Shawshank?
Goodman
Raising
all the way.
Arizona is pretty
Goodman.
amazing.
Yeah, that's a great ripping out of the mud in the rain scene.
Yeah, because I think he brings William Forsythe
pulls him
like
out?
by his leg.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's so
Wait,
funny.
what movie is this?
Raising Arizona.
I gotta rewatch that.
Coen Brothers
Please
movie?
do. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's
so
great.
funny. Holly Hunter. It's great. Yep.
All right, Brett, what you got for number 3?
Number 3, released April 1985 by MGM United Artists, originally published in King's collection of a series of short stories called Night Shift in 1978. It's an anthology film. Two of the shorts, or two of the segments, were based on King stories, and one was an original story written for the film. It's Cat's Eye.
Oh wow,
I
Drew,
like
Drew
that.
Barrymore.
I like
Yes.
that one.
This is actually...
I haven't seen that in a long time.
I used to love watching this movie when I was a kid.
Same
because,
here.
Like, I was a little kid when this came out. I think I was 6 or 7.
Yeah,
It wasn't scary, but it had that total King. Like,
it's a
there's
weird
death,
creepiness to
Yes.
it.
but it also had like a sense of humor in it.
You know what
like,
scared me is that little like goblin
The
thing.
little troll that was.
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just this movie.
Yeah.
It had good actors. Like James Woods
you
is in
love
it.
it.
Robert Hayes.
Hold on, is there something with James Wood? He's trying to stop smoking.
Yes.
Something shocks him.
Yes.
Yes, the wife. They shock his. They take his
Yeah.
wife and shock her.
Yeah.
to
And
get
then
him
they
to quit
cut.
smoking.
Didn't they cut one of his fingers off?
Yep, they cut a finger
That's
off.
the big scene, like the Hobbler misery scene. This is the
Right.
big scene.
At
where-
the end, he's with his friend. And he's like, "They got me set straight," and then like they do a toast, and he notices the fingers missing.
Gone.
He's like, "Oh shit!" Like he realizes
they
if he
got
fucks up, they'll cut off his finger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I live the movie Cat's Eye. Currently, I live that movie.
Has everyone seen this movie?
Yeah.
Ted hasn't?
I don't know if I have. I don't.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know.
It's really
gotta
good.
be-
Should watch it.
You
It's
guys
really
gotta
good.
watch it.
I haven't
Okay.
seen it since I
It's
was
like
younger.
Creepshow
it
before
down.
Creepshow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of.
it's fun. It's
Isn't
an
the-
anthology, so it's. Go ahead. What were you?
I was
say?
going to say,
Easy
so
watch.
it's the James Wood story.
Oh.
It's the cat and the little goblin in the wall.
And
with-
Robert
with
Hayes,
Drew Barrymore.
where he like.
Oh, dude, hold on. Yes, it's the one where he's on the ledge.
In Atlantic City, he has to
That's-
go up around the
that's-
building.
That's
Yep.
great.
I love.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
That's
And the
probably my
bird
favorite
lands.
one.
He's pecking his
That's
feet.
probably
And
my
the
favorite one.
the very opening scene of that is the cat underneath like a car, and they're like taking bets to see if it can cross the street and
Right.
make it or get killed.
Yep.
And then it crosses and makes it. So then Kenneth McMillan is the guy, the rich guy, and then he takes the cat, and then he finds out Robert Hayes is like slept with his. Robert Hayes had an affair with his wife, and that's why he makes him like go on the
Walk
ledge
the
and walk
ledge.
around the
Yeah.
building.
He's walking around the building.
And he's gonna kill him anyways.
Of course.
Like he's not gonna let him live.
Yeah.
And the cat helps him
Mm-hmm.
escape. There's a great scene in that sequence with the. Do you remember the pigeon?
And they're like pecking
Pigeon's
at
pecking at his ankle, and
yeah.
it starts making him bleed,
Blood,
and then
making him
finally
bleed.
he kicks it, and they show a shot, and you just see like feathers. It's like,
Yeah. That's probably my favorite sequence.
Yeah.
yeah, that and the James Woods are
Yeah.
the best ones, I think.
Yeah.
because James Woods' expressions, he's like so fucking scared. He's like,
I love the James Woods scene or segment. There's a scene where like he's coming home from work and he's stuck in traffic, and it's New York City, so he's stuck on the bridge and it looks like he's going to be in traffic for like an hour, and he's sneaking a cigarette and he's like thinks no one can see him, and then he like looks up and it's the guy that works for the company, and he's just looking at him, and he takes off and he's like, oh shit, like no. Yeah.
isn't that when they shock his wife?
That's when they get his wife, because he comes home and the wife's gone.
Yep.
And then they shock the pork cat too.
Good movie.
Cat's Eye. That's my number 3.
Good movie, dude.
Ted and Billy, you need to watch it.
Yes.
I wrote it
All
down.
right, add it to my list. All right, George, what do you got? Number 3.
Fucking Last Guy Syndrome. You already said it. It's Creepshow. God damn it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
All right, so the reason I like this movie is because I love comic books, and this was like an homage to the earlier horror comics, which was, what was the company? It was EC Comics. EC Comics.
Yeah.
So it was a nod to them, and because of that, I liked it. That's on my list. My number 3.
Noise.
Talked by everybody. Creepshow.
I love Creepshow. It's a great.
What's your guys' favorite segment from that, real quick?
I feel like for me it can always change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I watch it and I'm like,
So I like the crate one a lot.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think it's a tie for me.
The last one is always the one that
Where's my cake?
the one with the roaches and shit.
Yeah.
they're creeping up on you.
Yeah, that one's always pretty
OCD.
good, but it's always like the last one. No one ever mentions that.
I think Billy said that something to tide you over. That one's
Which one is that?
that's the Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
That's tied for my favorite. That and the crate.
That's a good
The
one.
crate. Yeah.
Because the
Those
crate
two are
one's
like-
the more horror one, I think. The crate's the more...
There's a creature and a monster.
Halloween.
And he pushes what's-her-face into it.
I love the way that one ends, where like Leslie Nielsen's laughing, and he's like, I can hold my breath forever.
Yeah.
And it just like ends with like his face.
Freeze frame.
Yeah, and then it turns into a
good.
comic.
Yeah, I love that. I love those. That's one thing. Look, they have a Creepshow TV series now, and I still they have not perfected that feel of the movies yet.
Do they not do stuff like
it just
that?
feel
or-
they do a little, but it just still hasn't. It's not. It feels cheap, and it just hasn't been up to par with the movies yet.
Is it the writing quality too? Not very
it's
good.
production quality, writing, like
Is that on
You'll-
pay cable now?
it's on
Creepshow?
Shudder. I think it might be on AMC.
Yeah.
Replay.
I think it is.
On AMC.
Do they have good writers working on it, and they're just not
They
writing
do,
good
yeah,
stuff?
they do. Like Joe Hill, I think like
Okay.
Stephen King's son
Yeah,
has done
great.
some.
Okay.
Great directors.
Yeah.
Nicotero does some. Like,
Yeah.
Should be good.
Joe Lynch. Like they have good directors, but I don't know. It's hit or miss. There's some good ones.
Are there actors in it that are
Yeah.
that are known
yeah,
actors?
yeah.
Okay.
They have some.
Is
some
it
good actors.
scary?
Not really. Like again, you might have one here or there, but it's
Yeah.
just
That
not.
sucks.
It's just not as
Because this one was
consistent.
so fucking good,
Yeah,
man. Like,
yeah.
you figure with all the money and technology they have now, you can, it would be a lot
Stories
better.
Maybe
Where
that
it's
works
at.
better as a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
I
like,
think so.
instead of
one
its
too,
ongoing.
Didn't it
show.
have like a little side story when it would go to like comic book, the little boy riding his bike
Yeah.
and being chased?
Yeah. And Tom Atkins is his dad. Like, you don't need to be reading those comic books.
Yeah.
Which is the crate the one with Hal Holbrook, and he's like,
Yes.
it's voiceover and him like driving home. To,
Yeah, he's telling
I love
his
that.
friend
It's got like the
like,
comic book
I didn't know what
captions
to
on
do with
top.
my wife.
Yes,
like he's
I
like
love
telling
it.
him like
Yeah.
they're drinking at night. Like he's like basically confessing what he did
Right.
to his friend.
I need to go home and watch
Yeah.
Creepshow.
I
again.
remember
Tonight.
watching this
Do
with
it.
someone.
Double feature, Creepshow 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I remember watching this with someone and watching the roach one, and like one roach fell on there, and they were like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, it's gonna get a lot worse."
Oh, yeah. It gets so much worse than that.
Yeah.
And wait, there's more.
I've seen behind the scenes stuff with Tom Savini and the way that they blew up that prosthetic of that actor's face. It just like let those roaches out of him. It's like, oh my god! It's
Is that
like,
like a fucking-
balloon. They ballooned it out and just like exploded all. Ugh, god.
When I went to Horror Nights like 2 years ago, that was one. I forgot one of the mazes was Creepshow,
That's cool.
but they had the
Wow.
roach room.
Really?
Yeah, and they actually had roaches in it, like crawling all over.
fuck.
It was like a mannequin laying there. But
Sure.
It was pretty gross though, seeing like roaches everywhere. I was like, ooh, I hope those don't get out, because it was like a lot of them. They probably had like 500, 600 in there.
God, no
It was
thanks.
kind of
Cool, though.
gross.
Let's go to number 2. Number 2 for me is the TV adaptation of It.
Nice.
I love that TV show, even though now it's a little dated a little bit.
A
but
little.
just the fact that Tim Curry is Pennywise,
Yes.
I can just watch those scenes on YouTube all night long. Like, I think that
That's
he
cool.
is such a great villain, and he beat the hell out of that new It, which I really just didn't like either one of them.
Skarsgård.
not good.
But yeah, I would say that one is my probably my favorite TV adaptation of a Stephen King novel.
I'm Tim Curry, Pennywise all the way.
Yeah.
for sure.
I haven't seen it.
I think I like the actors better in the original TV one too.
I agree.
Like John Ritter, Richard
I agree.
Thomas,
Sure. I
Harry
agree.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Something about their chemistry worked better than the theatrical version, I feel like.
I mean, I feel like the only problem people say, well, it's obviously dated, but you can't help that. But I feel like people's problem with the original TV movie is the ending, the spider stuff. Which I don't disagree with.
I don't know.
But for a TV movie,
I definitely
it's
prefer
pretty
the
scary.
TV version.
Yeah, I agree.
Over the
that's
newer one.
that's it too. Was like way too long, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I just didn't like that. I mean, the first one was okay. The second one was garbage. That It remake. But yeah, I think you're right. Like the television people, maybe because we were more familiar with them, as far as like characters they've been, like John Ritter and
Harry Anderson, Richard Thomas.
Yeah, Harry Anderson. Oh my gosh. Like all those guys seemed a little bit more familiar, and it was like a little bit more.
Was Tim Reed the other guy? I can't remember.
Believable, I guess.
Yeah, and I just feel like their chemistry worked better than the new one.
I didn't watch
those
the
actors,
new ones.
Their chemistry was better.
I was like, eh.
Yeah.
But all the scenes with Tim Curry were like, they're still so scary because he's still so scary looking.
Dude, him just in the library holding a balloon is just
his big fucking mouth, and he's like,
beep beep.
He steals the show.
He does.
Totally.
100%.
Have you seen those like pictures from the shoot where he's just like smoking a cigarette, sitting in a chair with the makeup on?
No.
He's got
It's
an.
so
I think he's holding an umbrella, isn't he?
yeah, it's
Like
so
from the sun or
creepy.
something.
Man, so funny something like that could be so creepy still now,
Yeah.
like years later.
Just clowns, man. They're creepy.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what you got for number 2, Brad?
Creep Show, baby. I love Creep Show.
Nice.
I know
So
we've
good.
talked about Creep Show many times on this podcast. I could not have. There's one other movie that beat it out, but yeah, I love Creep Show. Love Creep Show 2.
All right.
But Creep Show 1, classic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fun.
Creepshow's got a
It's
lot of votes.
fun. I can't
Totally.
think of a movie before that kind of did the
The
whole,
anthology thing.
no, it's just but like the comic book feel to it that
Oh,
added
yeah.
that
Yeah,
in,
I love
and it
that.
worked so well.
It
with
did, because that little side story going,
Yeah.
it was great.
But like George said, like the little text in the corners and the way they did the wipes and transitions and the what I love.
I like the lighting.
That was what I was gonna get to is the
Right
lighting.
there.
The lighting for me is what makes it. It brings it into like a whole other feel and dimension.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the crate or the.
I think it's the cake. Isn't the cake stain where it's like the red behind?
Yeah, like it turns red and purple.
Where's
Yeah.
my cake, my dear?
There's like these weird like graphic effects behind it.
Love
Like,
it.
it looks like a. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to look like a comic book, like an exclamation, but it looks
Yeah,
just like
it's cool.
So awesome.
like an explosion behind him of light. Like it's just like really.
Yeah, it's
well
such a
done.
cool, different feel of a movie.
Mhm.
Yep, number 2, Creep Show.
All right, Ted, number 2.
So I watched about, I want to say like 4 or 5 Stephen King adaptation movies, and I knew this was going to be on my list, but this really like pumped it up,
Pump me up. Pumped it up.
pumped up the volume
Pump
on my
up the
list.
volume.
Came out in 1976. I think it's his first movie adaptation. I'll read the cast backwards.
I know what this is. I know.
And if I say one of them, you'll probably get it. Betty Buckley.
Piper Laurie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
know
it's
what it is.
Carrie.
Carrie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Carrie. I feel like it's such a great movie. De Palma does a
Brian De
lot
Palma,
of
yeah.
he does a lot of slow motion.
Yes.
Dude, the camera work and the split screen work that he does.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like Hitchcock. A lot of that
It
stuff.
does.
But it's really cool.
It's awesome.
Piper Laurie and Sissy Spacek are so amazing in this movie. Like I hadn't seen it since I was a kid, and they are just amazing
The
to
acting is,
watch.
like, top
Piper
notch.
Laurie is so
Yeah.
creepy.
Didn't PJ
you know,
Souls from Halloween?
Yep.
she's-
Yep.
Yeah,
PJ
she's
Souls.
in it.
John Travolta.
Nancy Allen, like they're so
William
Nancy
they're
Allen's
so
great.
mean, like bullyish. Like
Fucking-
the way they
yeah.
set up, Carrie in this movie, it's just like, oh my
At
god.
the end,
like,
you're like,
you can
you're kind of
see,
glad
like-
that they what they
Yo,
get
fuck
what
yeah.
they
yeah,
get.
I mean,
you
it is
want
like
them
a
to get-
revenge
Yeah.
redemption kind of movie.
I love
but-
the scene where at the prom
Yeah.
where the thing like she makes the thing like come down and, like
Slices him.
slams into him like it's like I don't know if it's
So
metal or wood.
she kills the teacher
Yeah,
who had nothing to do.
She was trying to help her.
Yeah, she was trying to help her, so she
I think
takes
she's
it
going-
out on everybody.
Yeah,
she's
she-
like going through a fit of rage.
Yeah,
at
she
that
doesn't
point.
even know what she's doing at that point.
Yeah. I mean, I felt really bad for the teacher because
did
the
I.
teacher was the one person that was on her side.
I don't.
Yep.
William Catt was on her side.
No,
too,
wasn't
right?
John Travolta
Well,
on
the
her
thing
side?
is
William
that
Catt.
Amy Irving and William Catt
Are actually her friend. Like,
yeah, they're not in on it, but William
I feel
Catt
like
gets it.
I feel like he could have stopped it. Like
oh, wait a minute. William Katt doesn't get it, right?
I don't think he does. Or
You actually never see what happens to William Katt.
yeah,
You just assume.
Because he
could
was
live,
actually
but-
sweet to her by going to the dance.
Yeah, he was
with her.
cool.
He's not in on it either.
No, because once the blood hits, he looks up like
he's all
what
like
the
shocked.
fuck
He's like,
is
"What is
this?"
going on?"
John Travolta, I think, is the one that's in on it. Him
Yeah,
and that other
him and
girl.
Nancy
Yeah.
Allen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're walking in front of Farmer John's down
Yes,
down
yes,
in
they
Vernon,
are.
California.
Oh.
So yeah, it's really cool. Like you could see that
Oh,
whole
I didn't
mural
even
of
know
like pigs and
that.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Old Dodger dogs.
Yes. So good movie. I thought it was really well shot and well acted.
You know the end
I could
sequence?
see your dirty pillows.
Those were shot backwards.
Yeah,
You see that
they
car
shot it
going backwards?
to make it look like a dream. Like
Have you seen the car going backwards? Is that how you caught
No.
it?
no.
Go back and watch it.
Oh, you can see a car
yeah,
going
look,
backwards.
Look down the street. A car's going backwards.
No, I just remember reading
I
that
gotta
like years
rewatch it
ago.
now.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. Please
Wow.
do. It's really good.
Now, did you know in the book? I think the ending's different.
No.
She,
They added that shot for one last scare.
yeah,
It's
in
a
the
good
movie,
scare, man.
Great.
It's
she's
good.
gonna kill Amy Irving, I think, and then she realizes Amy Irving didn't have anything to do with it, and she
Yeah.
lets her live. So that dream sequence with the
The hand
arm
coming out.
popping out
Yeah.
wasn't in the book.
That's a good scare.
You got to
man.
have that for a movie.
You do.
Yeah.
Great jump scare. I love that movie.
Still gets me.
Oh, and Piper Laurie's character
Yep.
in the book, she makes her heart stop, just gives her a heart attack. So I think the
Oh.
movie did a better job, where she's like throwing the knife.
Yeah, the like.
but she's
I remember that
Yeah,
part as a kid was
great.
so like intense. Like she's like pinning her into the wall.
Yeah.
I think that was
The
De Palma's
knives.
idea.
It was whose?
De Palma's idea.
Probably, yeah.
Because I think it's like, because she's like all into religion, right? So
Yeah, so it's like a
it's how
crucifix.
Christ,
Yeah.
exactly.
Crucifixion.
That's
But I remember like when the last knife goes through her, and she's like, oh, like her last breath, and she just like, you see her just like and die.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a great scene.
They have
Great
you
death scene.
immediately like tie into that Carrie character because, she's so likable. She's like put in a really compromising position.
in a
with
pretty
this.
shitty situation.
Yeah, her mother sucks and her friends, are
Bullies.
bullies.
Well, just that opening scene, how mean those girls
In the
are to her in
shower
the
or
shower.
whatever.
Yeah, it's like, God, poor Sissy Spacek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
terrible. Yeah.
That's why at the end you're like,
Get him.
you
Get
feel
'em.
like, yeah,
Get
they
those
kill them
motherfuckers.
bitches.
Get 'em.
Except for the teacher, like you said.
Yeah, you feel bad for her. You're
Yeah.
like, no, not her.
She gets it.
God,
Decapitated.
Those are
half
great
her
movies
body
back
is
then, man.
decapitated.
they don't make them like that no more.
Like half of them are electrocuted, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like- just like
she
fries
just
them.
terrorized that whole senior class.
Yeah.
Yep. Carrie, number 2.
All right. Brett, number 2.
It is Carrie.
Wow.
oh, is it? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's Carrie. I don't
kinda
think I have
happy.
anything else to add.
Good one.
Everything's been said?
Everything's been said, I think. Oh, don't
Wow.
go see the sequel. The sequel sucked. The Raids
Okay.
or whatever, that one in the 90s.
Oh,
It was
jeez.
horrible.
No.
The
Hard
remake?
pass.
No, it's not a remake. It's a sequel. Amy
Okay.
Irving comes back and plays the character.
Oh
in the
no.
first one.
Okay, I won't see
You don't remember it?
No.
No.
It came out in like
Thank God.
99,
Oh,
98. It's
nope.
bad.
Do you guys remember those movies, Hello, Mary Lou?
Prom
It's
night
like Hello-
2.
Yeah,
yeah.
you remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Wait, what?
That was from that era too. Yeah.
There was like those prom movies that
Yeah.
I'm sure
Prom
Carrie,
Oh,
made
yeah,
those.
Shout out to my mom, dude, for letting us watch those movies when
Yeah.
we were kids. Woo woo!
Right?
Your mom's so
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, Mom. All right, George, what do you got, number 2?
Finally, no fucking repeats. Number 2 for me starts Fred Gwynn. Who's the most notable dude in that movie.
Yep.
That's Cemetery.
Yeah.
Holy
yeah.
shit!
I wanted to watch that.
We watched that movie on Friday. It was on like either is it IFC?
Isn't that the kid laughing in it?
He's on either on AMC or IFC.
Nice.
Fucking great movie,
great.
man.
I
Oh,
love that
man.
movie.
so creepy though. You look at the opening scene where the everyone's watched it, right?
Yeah.
Where the
yeah,
kid
yeah.
dies.
No,
It's like,
I haven't
oh my
seen it, but
God,
it's okay.
It's
dude.
so sad. It's
fucking
so sad.
heartbreaking.
Do you recognize
You see
that
the shoe.
kid?
You
Yeah.
see the shoe like.
Do you know
flying
what
there?
else he's in?
What's that?
He's the
Wait.
kid.
What?
Nightmare on Elm Street? No.
No.
No, hold on.
He was in a movie like the next year.
I think he was in an Elm Street movie. I thought.
Oh, maybe, but that's the one I'm thinking of.
What is it?
He's the kid in Kindergarten Cop that says boys have
Oh,
a
penis.
penis and girls have a
yeah.
vagina.
Oh my
You're
God!
right.
Are you serious? I
the
forgot
creepy
about
kid
that.
from Pet
Oh
Sematary.
my God! Yeah, he was so great in this movie. Even
Yeah.
a little kid, dude.
It's
He's
so
playing
sad.
all-
Like when he turns at the end, he's like,
Oh,
I
he's
love
got
when he
that
laughs.
scalpel and
and the dad
Oh, he
injects him in the
slices Frank
neck.
Wynn's
I felt-
ankle.
Dude, I hadn't seen
So
this
sad.
movie in like 20 years at least.
Yeah.
And I watched it on Friday at work. I watched it at home.
yeah,
But it was so fucking like creepy,
yeah,
man.
it is.
The dude that keeps appearing, the dead guy or whatever, that keeps warning him about shit.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
His head's all gashed
Yeah.
out. Did you see the new one? The new Pet Cemetery?
I didn't bother.
It was like I saw it.
Is it
I
just
saw
recently,
in the
or-
theater.
It was like 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
Ah, fuck, I don't think I did.
And I think they're making a new one for Paramount Plus.
Oh, God.
But just stick with this one.
Yeah,
this one to me. They did a twist which I think actually worked with like who died.
Who's in the sequel?
The kid. Fuck. I'm trying to think of who.
And
you
was
would
the kid
know.
wasn't a boy? Was it a little girl or something like that?
Well, the young kid doesn't die. It's the older, girl.
Okay.
That dies.
Okay.
So it actually kind of works a little better
I
because
think I might not have seen it, but I've like kind of read about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Just stick with this one. This one to me is the one. The one. To
Or the
watch.
Eddie Furlong. Was that?
Oh, two.
Was
That's
that
part
two?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part two.
I don't think I saw that.
Dude, the Achilles shot when he gets it with
my
the scalpel.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you just grab your own
dude.
like ankle.
That was such a. Yes, that's exactly how I felt. Yeah, and it still holds up. I watched it. I'm telling you, it
Yeah.
still holds up. It's great.
Yeah.
But you figure like the dude like that. It's like, dude, you took your son back there, you took a cat back there, and now you're taking your wife. Like the last thing, it's like, do you not learn your fucking lesson?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Man?
It's such an interesting premise, though. It's like, your loved ones you don't want to ever let go, and you have a chance to possibly bring them back. Like, how far would you go to?
And
To
what is Fred
resurrect
Gwynn's
them?
line in that
Yeah.
movie? That sometimes
Dead.
better off dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes better off dead.
Sometimes they're better off dead.
Sometimes
Whoa.
no. Sometimes dad's better.
Yeah, there you go. See?
Sometimes dad's better.
He's here.
Sometimes dad's better.
Sometimes dad's better.
Do you guys remember
I
the
can turn
Ramones
you to
song
laugh.
"Pet Cemetery"?
Yeah.
The
I
what?
don't want to be buried in a pet
In a pet cemetery.
Wait, what was
Ramones,
it?
the Ramones song.
Oh yeah.
was
That's
great.
where they got the movie from. So yeah,
Speaking of Fred Gwynn, was there ever a more perfect person to play Frankenstein than Fred
No.
Gwynn?
I don't
He's
think
the
anyone
best.
could have played Fred
Perfect
Munster.
monster.
perfect.
Herman Munster.
Yep, that was awesome.
Yeah, Pet Cemetery is really good. I haven't seen that.
I can't do it
I hadn't
loud.
seen that in years, but it's great.
When the new one was coming
I
out,
watch it every
rewatched
night.
It held up for me.
Yeah,
You watch it every night?
The Munsters?
No,
Almost
I
every
think you're
night.
talking
It's
about
on
Pet
like
Cemetery.
every night.
I thought that's what he
Right.
said. I was like, "You're a creepy fuck."
No, I don't watch. I watch that maybe once every 5 years, maybe.
Yeah. Like I said, it was on. At
I
work
need to
and-
watch it. It's probably been like 5 or 6 years since the last time.
Number one for me has already been said. Such a great movie. Not technically a horror movie, but it has some stuff in it. It's The Running Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it still has it kind of like a thriller kind
It's
of
sci-fi.
Yeah.
Sci-fi
Yeah.
thriller
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
Hey, look, they're killing
I
people.
love that movie.
Yeah, me too, man.
It's great.
I want to get that
The jumpsuit?
jumpsuit that he was
Oh,
wearing. That's
yeah.
pretty
I
awesome.
was just gonna say that.
What does he say before he goes down the tube, like to Richard Dawson? I'll be back. Doesn't he say "I'll be back"?
I think he does.
I think he does.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Wow.
It's great.
So, who's
He
your
reused
favorite?
it.
Who's your favorite like bad guy in the game?
Dude, what's his name? He was doing the workout videos. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I just blanked.
It was Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura.
There you
I can't
go.
remember his character though.
I remember there's like a cheesy
Captain,
song.
It's
great.
With like the girls like
Yeah.
in the aerobics like
great.
outfits.
I
Yeah.
forgot that he was in that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Was it Captain Chaos or was that Dom DeLuise in Cannonball Run?
That's Dom DeLuise.
That's
and
Dom DeLuise.
That was my nickname as a kid, Captain Chaos.
That's a great name.
Oh shit.
I feel like Buzzsaw started out so awesome and he died like within 10 seconds.
Yeah, like really quick. Like
Sub-Zero, Buzzsaw.
what's the line
you
about
had the guy who
Sub-Zero?
had all the lights on, the
Arnold
opera
says?
singer.
Do you remember?
I can't. No.
He says something like, "You're not a Sub-Zero, you're a something zero." Remember?
No, I
You
can't
don't remember
I
that?
haven't seen it
There's
in a
like
while.
some really bad like cheesy Arnold
Dude,
line.
did he not make a Chill reference and then he did Chill
probably.
in Batman and Robin?
Chills Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
He tells everyone to chill.
Chill
But when he
out.
kills Sub-Zero and that, he says a joke about being like, "You're not Sub-Zero, you're something zero." Like it's like really bad. Like, I wish I could remember what it was.
Yeah,
Was
that
this-
whole movie is it's still fun to watch. I watched it a while back ago. It comes on TV pretty often. I feel like it did for a while, and it's a definite watchable movie. It's great.
Yeah, it sucks because the times that I've actually seen or rewatched it was on network TV and the fucking commercials fuck everything up. I
yeah.
hate because the pacing of
Yeah.
that movie's so fucking great, and then they
Yeah.
throw a commercial in there. You're like, fuck.
So, at what point was this in Schwarzenegger's career?
Yeah, I was just
It was
gonna.
around
this,
Predator.
Was this,
87.
was this
Same
before
year as
Predator? Or
Same year.
Same year.
Just after. I
Because
think.
Jesse Ventura was in Predator with him as well.
Yep. This would have been 6 months after Predator, about 6 months before Red Heat,
Oh shit.
about 2 years, 3 years
Arnold
before.
was firing him out, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good ones.
About 2 years, 3 years before Total Recall. This is when Arnold at his peak, I'd say. It was just after like Raw Deal. I think he was getting like Running Man and Predator were like his takeoff where he was just gonna like.
I just
his
rewatched
next, like,
Predator
5
too.
years we're gonna
Man,
be
it
like
still holds
superstar.
up.
It does. It's so
Predator's
good.
great.
And then Predator is the one with Adrian Brody. I love that one for some reason. It's so good.
Yeah,
It's great.
I wish they would have brought back Arnold for. I think it was like Lawrence Fishburne in a weird flashback scene.
that should have.
yeah.
I swear to God, that
it
should have been Arnold.
it could have
dude.
been a cool, like,
and then the
Arnold
girl makes a
sequence.
reference to that
Dutch?
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
she makes a reference to them saying, "Oh yeah,
There's
the way he beat them was he covered themselves in mud, so they all
Uh-huh.
covered themselves." Yeah, that's what the
Yeah.
reference
I think
was.
I've mentioned this before when we talked about Predator. Predator 2, originally that character Gary Busey plays was
Yep.
supposed to be Arnold, was supposed to be Dutch.
Oh, really?
And then like Arnold either turned it down or he couldn't. I think it was because of Terminator 2, so he couldn't do it
Great
because of
choice.
scheduling.
Good choice.
So then they like rewrote the character to be a new character, and then Gary Busey got
In
that
where?
part. Predator 2.
Oh, okay.
Gary Busey's character. The original idea was to have Arnold be Dutch and play that role,
With
where
Danny
he was going to
Glover?
help him because he knew how to get the
okay.
Predator.
Oh, that would have been cool.
And then he had to back out, I think, because he was already committed to the Terminator 2.
Maybe that's why it sucked so much.
So
And then Danny Glover saying, "I'm too old for this shit." The whole movie.
Yeah, I heard that they actually casted Dabney Coleman in the Danny Glover role.
yes.
Whoa.
With those,
love
with those
Dabney
teeth from
Coleman.
Hot to Trot.
What was that movie Dabney Coleman was in?
Hot
9 to
Trot,
5?
9 to 5.
No,
yeah.
the other one with the
Cloak
kid.
and Dagger?
Board games?
Oh, dude, Cloak
Oh,
and
Cloak
Dagger.
and Dagger, yeah.
Cloak- that's a
One
good
of my
movie.
favorite movies.
With Henry Thomas.
Yeah.
All right, Brad, what do you got for number one?
My number one Stephen King movie of all time, 1980. A family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter where a sinister presence influences the father into violence, where his psychic
The Green
son
Mile.
sees horrific forebodings from both his past and future.
Cujo.
The Shining.
Starman.
The Shining. The Starman. What the fuck? Stephen King.
I know, it's Carpenter.
Yeah, man, I love it. I know it has nothing really to do with his Stephen King's novel. It's got the same name. It's got the same characters, but
It's bad.
I love it. I love
about
the
a
way,
haunted
I love the
hotel.
look of it. I
too.
love the way it's shot. I love the acting. I love
Everything.
I love the music. It's I mean, it's Jack Nicholson in a horror movie. What else do you need?
I mean, it's. I know it's hard to disagree with the original writer of the story.
Yeah.
But I mean, I gotta say, Stephen King's wrong when he says the original movie wasn't good. Like, I don't know. I can understand why he feels that way.
I
but
can
at the same
understand.
time,
I
I
don't
mean, the
agree.
movie is well done. Even if you don't think it's like a lot like the novel, it's still a really well done movie.
Right.
Very well acted.
Jack Nicholson is so good. Like, he becomes so maniacal and psychologically.
disturbed.
So Stephen
Yeah.
King
So
has been
good.
Stephen King has been quoted as Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is like a big beautiful Cadillac with no engine inside it.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't like it.
No, at all.
Super bitter.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know which podcast it was. It was probably when we were doing like top 5 horror or something. I remember like reading research about it, and I didn't know it until I did the research for it. But like, yeah, he did not want Jack Nicholson and all to be the role. Like when they
No.
told him that's who they were getting, he was mad. I
Yeah.
think he was not happy at
Yeah.
all. So
Well,
He said meteor shit.
Yeah. I mean, he's been quoted as saying like from the and I can see it where even they're driving to Overlook, like he looks deranged. Like he already has that
His eyebrows.
Yeah, he's already got that in him where it's like, oh, the guy's he's gonna go crazy.
yeah.
Whereas before in the book, it's like a gradual, change.
So, like,
Progression.
when they did that TV version, I remember the hype for it. Like, oh, this is like the version Stephen King
Wants
wants
you
you
to
to
see,
see,
yeah.
like wanted to be made like in 1980. And then I remember when I watched it, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
my God.
Huge letdown.
Like Steven Weber cannot. He just.
well, because I mean, honestly, anyone who would have stepped into that role, you're gonna picture Jack Nicholson. You're
Yeah.
gonna compare it to
You're
But,
Jack
already
Nicholson.
fucked
when
to
he
begin with.
when he
Yeah.
tries to like when he starts like
Some
going off the
huge-
deep end, he
couldn't pull it off.
he doesn't pull it off at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
He misses the mark.
He
by a
does.
lot.
He's not believable.
Haven't
You're
seen
like,
it.
eh.
Yeah, you're like this guy's not believable as being a crazy like insane guy.
Yeah.
It just
The
looked
guy
like an
from
actor.
Wings.
It seemed like you were watching an actor pretending to be crazy.
Yeah.
It didn't
And
really
the
feel like
budget was garbage, wasn't it? Like
That's
really
TV.
kind of shitty.
TV movie.
Yeah,
Like
it was
Budge.
a TV movie.
Like that's all you can get, Stephen King.
A for effort.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's a TV movie, and it pulled it off.
No, it did.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's pulled this
The
off.
Stand, Tommy Knockers, like those are. Wasn't
I
Tommy
mean-
Knockers TV movie? I thought.
I can't. Yeah, I think it was.
Stand
Stan wasn't that
Stan
good
was.
though. It had its
Langoliers was
moments.
too.
Yeah, The Stand is TV movie.
I didn't see the new one though.
Yeah, I haven't either.
The Stand.
No.
But honestly, I think they would have never made that remake of The Shining The only reason they made it was because Stephen King himself didn't like the first one,
Right.
the original movie. Otherwise, they would have never made that. Why would they like bother? Like, you know,
Yeah.
at that point, it was like considered a classic.
Number one for me, The Shining.
All right, Ted, what you got number one?
The Shining. Next.
Anything to add?
Oh wait, music by Wendy Carlos. Did we ever say that?
We haven't mentioned it. Yeah.
And she also did the
Tron.
music for Tron.
Yep.
That's The Shining.
And did you know?
Sure is.
Did you know? Stanley Kubrick's daughter, Vivian,
Yeah.
who shot like a
Behind the scenes
stuff, like documentary for The Shining. It's
great.
She scored Full Metal Jacket.
No,
but was
I didn't
credited
know.
as Abigail Mead.
No.
Wow.
The
Fun facts for my
I love Full Metal Jacket.
fun facts for our fans.
Right?
Brett Capedia.
All right, Brad, is this going to be another?
I can't believe
Another
no
one for
one's
a certain
mentioned this movie yet.
The Shining.
It's The Shining.
Wow. Can you do a Jack impersonation in The Shining?
Let's see. I got it. Hold on.
Can't wait. Okay, here we go.
I'm not being grouchy, just trying to do my work. We're gonna make a new rule now, Wendy. If you hear me typing, whatever the fuck you hear me doing, that means I'm working. I forget the rest of the lines.
Great.
That's
That's all I
Yeah,
did.
that's
Now
really
would you
good.
get?
Good
Wait.
job.
Then does he say like? Now would you start right now and get the fuck on out of here?
It's a great ending.
We should make
Wendy.
that podcast at the end.
Wendy, give me the bat, Wendy.
It's good.
Go check it out. I love that part. Go check it out.
Yeah, it just goes crazy.
Check it
And that
out.
music's
He's like barely tapping the
Yeah.
door. Like, I would love to see dailies on that film.
Oh man.
Like the Jack Nicholson dailies must
Yeah.
have been amazing.
Well, have you seen the behind the scene stuff when he's warming up with the axe into the bed?
Yeah.
Just
That's the
like
kind of
slam
stuff
it.
that makes me want to like see the
that.
dailies.
I agree.
though.
I
Like,
think it's on.
there must
Isn't it
have
on
been-
Netflix? That
It's on my Blu-ray. I don't know.
it
yeah,
was
I've
on
only seen it on
Netflix.
Maybe.
Blu-ray.
That's where I saw it. I think.
George, what do you got for number one?
Just skip me. Go ahead. The Shining.
Yep.
I think The Shining won.
And I love that. I mean, come
Wow.
on, that's one of
Holy
my favorite
crap.
movies of all time. I think I've already made that my number one, like in other podcasts before
Yeah.
too.
Like
I
debut
love this
albums.
movie, yeah.
By the way, real quick, talking about The Shining, I watched it like about a week ago. There's like a great scene with Jack Nicholson. It's very subtle, but I love it. I'm like, yeah, like he's like so good. It's when he goes back to the ballroom and he's like angry, he's pissed off, and he's like, he's not actually talking, but he's like so pissed off, and he's like, "Yes," and he's like mouthing stuff, but he's not actually saying anything, and then he's like swinging his fist. He's like.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
doing these weird noises. And I'm like, God damn, that's like a great acting.
How can
Yeah.
you?
Wow.
Fuck off, Stephen King. Okay.
Right? Like,
Like really? Jack
Yeah.
Nicholson's the shit, bro. Come on.
All right, well, I guess The Shining won. I mean,
Right?
you know,
The winner of this
damn,
podcast.
Landslide.
4 out of 5.
I'd say
Gets it.
Carrie.
Can't be wrong.
Carrie was like right behind
Wait,
it.
what was your number one, Billy?
Running
it was
Man.
Running Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I did mention The Shining, but it was kind of higher up.
Yeah.
Lower down.
Was Carrie on your five,
Lower down.
Billy?
I say higher up. You say lower down.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Carrie, I have no Carrie.
You didn't have Carrie.
I have
okay.
no Carrie about that movie.
What did he say?
He doesn't carry about that movie.
I don't care.
Honorable mentions: George said Pet Cemetery, Doctor Sleep, Stand by Me, Cujo. I kind of wanted to put Maximum Overdrive on my list. It's such a fun,
I get that.
Why
zany
not?
movie.
Do it.
I haven't seen this movie since the first time I saw it, but I enjoyed it when I saw it. The Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
I think the effects are what would ruin it for you.
I
Like
think
they're so dated.
Dated.
I
Very.
mean, whatever. But
I like the concept.
Yeah,
of
I
that
do
movie,
too.
though.
The only other movie I would have put on my list that I enjoyed was Dead Zone.
Yep.
Ooh,
The movie, not the TV show.
I just watched it last night.
Dead Zone.
Yep.
Didn't
Isn't
make
that
your,
with
didn't make your list.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken.
Martin Sheen.
I
Yeah.
gotta watch that.
It's
I
a
haven't
sad,
seen it in over
very depressing
20,
movie.
20 years.
Like super depressing.
What's funny is like Walken did a SNL where he was the host, and they revisited the Dead Zone, like where he would shake people's hands and be like, "You left the iron on this morning."
Yeah, I remember that.
They're like, oh,
Pretty funny,
thanks.
actually.
That's pretty good. Anyway, what you got, Brad?
It TV movie, Carrie, Cujo, Pet Cemetery, Gerald's Game, Doctor Sleep, Salem's Lot.
Ted.
We've mentioned everything. that would be on my honorables.
All right. Brett?
Everything's been mentioned except for, I know we kind of mentioned it, but not really as an honorable. Firestarter.
Yep.
And then the Green Mile. That Green Mile actually probably would have been, if I had included non-horror, maybe my number 2.
I can see that.
Shawshank was my number 2 if I would have put non-horror on.
Shawshank might have been 5 for me. I like the Green Mile. I really liked that movie. Like when I saw it in the theater, I was like,
did you
wow.
cry?
I did. That whole theater was crying.
Yeah,
I remember when I saw it, like you could hear it was just like sniffling.
Yeah.
Like the whole theater.
On what movie?
Green Mile.
Oh yeah.
That movie.
That's
Like
sad.
if you don't cry the first time you see that, like you don't have a heart. Like,
Right.
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, it's a choker for sure.
Yeah.
All right, what you got, George?
Same stuff you guys have been talking about. Re-emphasizing for Ted, please watch Dr. Sleep. It's really fucking good.
It's cool.
On my list.
Children of the Corn, which wasn't mentioned, which was really fucking creepy because it was kids.
all those kids.
And Salem's Lot, Brad
Yeah.
mentioned it. Oh my god, that movie as a kid scared the fuck out of me,
hell
dude.
out
The
of
kid
me.
vampire up to the window.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
scene right there.
Oh my god.
I
There were
shit
a
my
couple
pants,
of
dude.
scenes.
I swear to God, I'm like, dude, I
the
can't.
floating kid.
I needed the lights on to go to
Yeah,
sleep.
me
I don't
too.
think I
Yeah.
would watch it for a good 5 years after I saw it the first time. Like
And-
I couldn't
Wow.
watch it. It
That's
gave me nightmares.
Full circle. David Soul's in that movie, Hutch
Yes.
from Starsky and Hutch.
Nice.
Oh, that's right.
That's the first horror movie I ever remember seeing.
Yeah, me too.
That one and The Exorcist.
Fucking Exorcist.
And
then
The
after
Shining and
that
Halloween.
was
But dude,
the
that was a TV movie as
Goddamn-
well. Salem's Lot.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Toby Hooper directed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a TV movie.
Yeah.
You're right. Holy
Yeah.
shit. I
Dude,
forgot
it's,
about
it's
that.
long. Like I have the Blu-ray. It's like 3 hours. Or
Yeah.
something.
And I remember being a kid and my mom watching that, and we're
Yeah.
sitting there watching
Dude,
it.
it's
and I'm
creepy.
like,
Yeah, there's creepy stuff in that movie.
Super creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Thanks, Mom.
Can't sleep.
Well, happy Halloween to everybody.
Yeah.
Happy
Halloween.
Halloween. Stay safe
Trick or
and
treat.
check your candy.
And
Damn razor blades.
Walk in pairs. Don't walk alone, because you never know who's around the corner.
And if you see a red balloon floating up from a drainage ditch, run.
Run. Don't go towards it.
Now would you start right now and get the fuck on out of here?
It's a great ending.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the 5 Dudes of Views podcast. Be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Libsyn, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, and now YouTube. And while you're on there, be sure to download, rate, and subscribe. You can also check us out on Instagram and Twitter at 5 Dudes Views. And we also are on Facebook. Everybody out there, stay safe. Until next time.